than in Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
Amen and good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andre.
How are you?
By God's grace, I'm doing good. Yeah, after the death of our mom, we went yesterday to do the transaction for the burial, and I'm I'm getting there,
When is the burial?
and that will be on the 25th of this month, and that will be over at Grenville Pentecostal Lighthouse, Pastor Niles, and entombment will be at the Granbury Cemetery. Over the past years, she has been a member. Well, when I say over the past years, since I was a little boy, that was the church that she normally goes to. But over the years, she used to go over at Maryville Pentecostal before, she become disabled. So basically back to base for the funeral service. Yeah, yeah. But who's getting there?
I want to ask you a question. Hello?
Yeah,
I
listening.
want to ask you a question. Promise me you won't laugh.
Well, Andre,
What your
everything.
wife laughing in the back there for?
Because you say, promise me. So she started laugh, so I go laugh.
No. Where the happy hour keeping? Don't tell people, tell me. Just tell me where the happy hour.
All right, I don't want nobody to hear.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody.
So tell me.
Right, but you promised me that you wouldn't tell anyone.
No, I don't tell nobody. I don't even tell in CJ.
All right, well, I would not. I would not give you the answer because maybe the kind of answer I might give you, nobody will come to the funeral.
Well,
So I keep my comment in reserve.
what a guy.
I will give you the answer after.
What a fellow. Fellow, if you're happy, I don't come in the funeral. fellow, if you're happy, I don't come in the funeral. Tell you in time, fellow.
Andrew, you're sick. So Andrew, the reason why you don't come in more than funeral is for the happy hour?
Yes.
And Andrew vex me?
Hey.
All right.
Listen, I never had the opportunity to meet your mother.
Okay.
So why else I come in funeral for?
Okay, Andrew.
Happy hour coming for
all right.
But
So what I could do?
I don't know the lady now.
So what I could do?
I know you.
I go send a photo of her for you.
For what?
So you go watch her.
Why, guy?
Because you never know. But I'll send a photo. I go send. Andrew, you sung like two guys in Carrico, Palante and Grass, from Brunswick. You really sung like Palante and Grass, That was two characters we have here. It's going to, Palante and Grass. But we does not know yet, Somebody's been mourning, we don't really know what is really taking place yet,
But I just had, I have to give you a little laugh on the
Of course, I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Man.
if I don't give you a laugh, then something wrong. Something wrong.
Yeah, because yesterday at the funeral parlor at Lacroix St. George's was really a trying time for me and my sister and my niece. Very, very trying time, But we're getting there, I have one of my sisters that will be flying in from New York,
when my mom died, I was, as a matter of fact, I was doing some work for NNP. NNP had a big rally in cities, and I was in charge of logistics. And that's when I got the news that she died.
The same day? The same time?
Same time. Wow. While I was working, I got the news. And after I got the news, the first song I heard was a song by a guy called Junior Kelly out of Jamaica. And it says, the song is Just Smile. Never let them see you cry.
Okay.
And, I tried that up until the day of the funeral. After I finished with the eulogy, I just went outside of the church. So I still didn't let them see me cry.
Wow.
They're not seeing me cry. I'm making no joke with them. The song says, just smile. Never let them see you cry.
But you cry?
I cried, but they didn't see.
They didn't see that.
They didn't get that pleasure. But I hear you say something before you go. You say, if he's smelling, he don't smelling good, he don't tasting good, he don't looking good. Well, you do good? But you just stop and you don't say anything no good. Just say no good.
Yeah, Andre, at this time, the atmosphere over Grenada ain't good.
Well, right, you take long to how can I pray? You have to pray
And
to see that. I know that just so.
Grenada is a very beautiful island, and then we need to pray. I mean, God still answers. God still hear and answer prayer, man. You know, and boy, watch. One thing let's pray for Grenada. We have to pray for Grenada, and I think that God is a just God, and He's a good God. He answers prayer, and He hears prayer. But as it is presented right now, Grenada is going down a bad trajectory. And if the Almighty and will pray to intervene, I don't know.
I want an interview with members, with at least one member of the Conference of Churches, because I want to hear how the church feel about certain things that are happening. But I don't know. I'm probably going to start today to see if I can find somebody who'll be willing to talk. Yeah, and I heard they say the priest play jab. Well, they just see that priest been playing mass since the year was one. It's just that we just have phone that could go live and all kind of thing, and we record him. But since the year was one, that priest playing mass. Anyway, how's your daughter?
She's great. I mean,
Girlfriend?
You know, but she's still down, boy, you know.
She's done with.
Yeah, from the time of the death of the mom, like she in a shell, like, wow, I never see things so, boy, what? Yeah, she in
Don't
that
worry,
shell,
don't worry.
you know.
I got to come and look for her.
Yeah, no problem. To me, just to make her laugh, you know.
Yeah.
Pull out of that shell.
Yeah, I got to do so. I got to take her down the road and buy a popcorn and cook.
I feel so, boy. Eat pop, drink coke.
Later, man. Take care.
113.
All right, good. Yeah.
The number one.
91. You're the boss. You're the best. That's what they said. You never said that. That's Young Song.
Zone agriculture.
You tell you. The best
I'm talking.
has to be 91. 91.9, 91.5.
And those wicked politicians.
Our time is 16 minutes, and that is after the 7 o'clock hour.
Plan.
It's a Thursday morning. DC Ranks, good morning, my brother. How you doing? That was some rain.
Man, Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the old thing flap. Why? Everybody.
That was a lot of rain last night, as far as I'm concerned. Is that Drumsticks? Drums, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How you doing, baby?
Everything all right?
Talk to me, love.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. I'm reading from the Word of God, Psalm 125. They that trust in the Lord shall be as among Zion, which cannot be removed, but abide forever. As the mountains are around about Jerusalem, so the Lord is around about his people, from henceforth, even forevermore. Amen. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Amen. What's up?
I'm there.
Talk to me. You had a lot of rain by you last night?
Well, I just say you say that. I don't really know, you know. This morning, I got up and I see outside wait, but I don't really fall yesterday.
Drumsticks? What?
Yeah, for sure. This morning, I got up and I said, wait, I don't know. After rain drizzling, I don't know.
Drumsticks.
I was just lie down after the service every Wednesday night. I was listening to this.
Bandy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so someone was calling and asking for prayers or thing, yeah, and I was, asking for a song or like his hair, and I was telling him, yeah.
Bandy was a good guy last night.
After he left, I go and lie down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is a pity you're not looking at me on YouTube. If you was looking at me on YouTube, I'll show you this. You see, this is the pineapple. You can't see it. But this I have in my hand is a pineapple. And Bandy left me a pineapple.
That's good.
Yeah. When I got into the studio this morning, it was filled with the perfume of a pineapple.
Yeah. That was great. Well, you're going to make a pineapple juice or a pineapple or stew or whatever.
Watch now, you really trying to mind my business here. I don't tell you nobody what they're doing, you know. I want no visitors. Anyway, love, take care.
Yeah, you too. Nice day.
All right.
Bye.
Watch now. I don't get anything yet, no.
Don't worry, man. man. Don't worry, I will fix you up.
All right. Take care.
Yeah,
All
bye-bye.
right, good. Bye-bye.
Silently so rich and pure.
Drumsticks.
But the youths cannot understand.
Wonderful lady. Beautiful family.
Education you have, man, still can't ignore the side.
Close-knit.
Everybody want to work.
And as I say, well put together. Yeah, wonderful family.
Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes.
I'm going to look at my phone. Oh no, Andre, that time to look at phone now. May as well go and do some get ready for the weather from the Morris Bishop International Airport.
Sit down in computer. You could live with a
Little England, you asked for a store that speaks the quality and we gave you. Now, you have started asking for brands and we have brought them in for you. Little England has all the brands you're looking for. Washing machines. We have Hoover, Indesit, Beko and Candy at the best possible prices. Deep freezers, fridge freezers, all sporting the Sharp and Hoover brand. Microwaves of top quality, Panasonic and Kenwood. We stock the best in smart TVs, JVC, Sharp and Panasonic. Now listen, this electric and top stove kettles, steam and non-steam irons, toasters, Bluetooth speakers, phone charger and cables, including wireless chargers, top brand names in blenders, solar lights for both inside and out. The only appliance we do not stock is a transformer, because all our appliances are for the authentic power source to 20 volts. So check us out at Little England. We aren't so small after all. Little England, located Main Street to Tears. Call us on 458-4111. That number again, 458-4111.
yes. Agriculture is the number one. Number one.
91, you're the boss. Yeah, you're definitely the boss. And this is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. It's time for us to join the folks at the Morris Bishop International Airport for the latest on the weather. And this morning, the person that's going to be filling us in on what the weather is going to be like today is none other than Fimber Frank. Good morning, Fimber.
Hey, good morning. It's a partly cloudy morning down here across the southernmost part of the state. The winds blowing from the southeast at 12 miles per hour. The pressure is lower than the mean, but it's rising at 12.0 millibars. Present temperature 28 degrees, average 91%. Maximum temperature here within the last day went up to 28.5 degrees, while the minimum temperature last night was 25.7. Please note all temperatures at all times are in degrees Celsius. In terms of rain here within the last day, we had a 14.5. Hence, for the month so far, total goes up to 65.8 millimeters of rain. But this is only for the airport. Now let's take a look at the forecast followed for the day and the nighttime. The weather expected to be mostly cloudy with showers, some of which will be heavy, and a low chance of thunder showers. Maximum temperature for the day should get up to near 30.5 degrees. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. The waves should get up to near 7 feet, hence the seas will be moderate. If you go into the sea and you have a small craft, please take note. There's a warning out for you, so be safe out there. Tides are falling now and should be low just about 10:45. Then high this afternoon near 4:15. Sunset 6:28. Sunrise on Friday 5:57. Just to recap the forecast followed for the day and the nighttime. The weather expected to be mostly cloudy with showers, some of which will be heavy, and a low chance of thunder showers. Once more, if you're going into the sea and you have a small craft, please take note there is a warning out for you. Remember, you could meet waves up to 7 feet, so be safe. That's from the Met Office, from my Frank.
Thank you, Fimber. Have yourself a wonderful day, brother.
All right.
And Fimba.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just let listeners know that you and I, we've got a collaboration coming, and it's not a song. They'll find out more about that. They just have to keep listening.
Stay tuned.
And stay tuned for that collab. Take care, man. One love.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Bye-bye.
All right.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting from studios located at Main Street, Satés, inside of beautiful historical St. Patrick's.
Hungry, anyone? You heard about it, and it's finally here. Velma's Restaurant and Bar, located High Street, Sateras in St. Patrick. They're open from 6 a.m. until midnight. Breakfast is available from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. On the menu is roast bake, sawfish, and many, many mouth-watering items. Lunch is a close second, with items that can be grilled to your satisfaction. We have steamed fish and other seafoods too. For the health-conscious ones, we provide vegan and vegetarian dishes. Looking for something that will hit the spot? From 5 p.m. until close, come and enjoy our burgers and fries. At Velma's, we cater and host parties. We have an on-site bakery where you can place your orders for fruitcakes and other pastries. We also have local juices. Listen to Real FM for your daily menu to place your order in advance. Call us at 419-5622. That number again, 419-5622. Velma's Restaurant and Bar. Come eat lunch with us.
Attention homeowner. Is your home or yard the source of mosquito breeding? Check now to ensure that mosquitoes are not breeding on your premises. Remember, dengue fever is on the rise. Dengue fever can kill, and you could be the next victim. So check your home and yard for breeding sites such as water holding containers, drums, tires, dish rack trays, washing machines, toys, septic tanks, bottles, and just about anything that can hold water. Remember, no mosquito, no dengue. A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs with support from PAHO.
Maya's Collection, located on Main Street, Satea, St. Patrick, announces its back-to-school promotion. Available are uniforms for MacDonald College, St. Mark's Secondary, Montrose SDA Comprehensive, St. Joseph Convent Grenville, and some uniforms for primary and pre-primary schools in St. Patrick. Check out Maya's today for all your school accessories, shirts, belts, socks, notebooks, and much more. Also in stock is a wide variety of household items. We are opened Monday to Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and later for your convenience. We accept government and Grand Coda vouchers. Call Maya today on 449-6197. A warm welcome awaits you.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes. When you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Soon it will be back to school, and K&R Bookstore offers you an open invitation to visit and cash in on all your school supplies going at bargain prices. You can't afford to miss out on this. Notebooks, markers, geometry sets, pens, pencils, pocket folders, binders, planners, Play-Doh, crayons, acrylic glue in a variety of colors, finger paint, watercolors, water paint, kindergarten storybooks, jumbo coloring books, and more. Buy one, get one free. Prices to suit your pocket. Check us out for all your back-to-school needs. K&R Bookstore and Stationery, 231-3500 at the corner of Young and Scott Streets. Back to school.
Little England, you asked for a store that speaks the quality and we gave you. Now, you have started asking for brands and we have brought them in for you. Little England has all the brands you're looking for. Washing machines. We have Hoover, Indesit, Beko and Candy at the best possible prices. Deep freezers, fridge freezers, all sporting the Sharp and Hoover brand. Microwaves of top quality, Panasonic and Kenwood. We stock the best in smart TVs, JVC, Sharp and Panasonic. Now listen, this electric and top stove kettles, steam and non-steam irons, toasters, Bluetooth speakers, phone charger and cables, including wireless chargers, top brand names in blenders, solar lights, for both inside and out. The only appliance we do not stock is a transformer, because all our appliances are for the authentic power source to 20 volts. So check us out at Little England. We aren't so small after all. Little England, located Main Street to Tears. Call us on 458-4111. That number again, 458-4111.
RENDEC Community Partnership Initiative.
The classrooms that were refurbished as a result of this project really were not conducive to installing ICT into the classroom. Many of the windows were not functional. The security to the actual rooms themselves were insufficient. At the Maribor campus, the roof was also termite infested. The college is extremely appreciative.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack is and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers.
Well, I did promise that this morning I'll be having a guest, didn't I? Yeah, I did say that. I'm having a guest from like now until it's 8 o'clock, until BJ gets here. But if I know BJ well, he'd want to keep the guest. So I guess the guest is here to stay for a while. And the lady that I'm about to speak to, checking quickly, I can't remember how many years I've known her, but I've known her a lot of years. For you to guess her age and my age, I just simply put it that I've known her for as long as I've known radio, and that's a long time. Don't ask me when, how long, and whatever. I know already. Don't ask me that question at all. You don't ask me. You don't want to know. You just don't want to know. But it's a. Let me see if I can get her up. She's a beautiful lady, if I say so myself. She has a wonderful smile, and here she is. That's what she looks like. Oh, she wants to see herself too. So, now you see what she looks like, right? So she wants to see herself too. So let's see what gives. She'll be able to see herself up there in a while. All right. So we have that on. So we need to mute you. So come on, you should know that you need to be muted. Good morning, Ambassador Smith. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Mr. Donald.
Okay, so we need to move that one. Good. We didn't do that one, so that's good. That's better.
All right.
Just twist it a little bit to your right. You got it right. Okay. Good morning, Ambassador Smith. How are you?
Morning, Mr. Donald. I am fine, thank you. Thanks for the compliment.
Oh, I gave?
Yes.
I didn't.
I don't ever let a compliment pass. I look at myself in the mirror, so I know my smile is beautiful. But when somebody acknowledges that, I have to say thank you.
I know when the smile was better. You know when was that, right?
It depends.
I know. You see, because something was tweaked.
Yeah.
Right? So that for me, at that time, the smile was better.
Vanity, that's what it's called.
Yes, vanity. Ambassador Smith, good morning. Welcome to the studios of Real FM. This is the second time we're doing an interview with you at this location. Yeah, isn't it?
Third
time.
Yeah.
So how have you been doing?
I've been doing well, thank you. The last time I was here, I was still ambassador. Well, I was actively in the role.
But you're still an ambassador.
I have the title because it's a title for life, but I'm no longer acting in that role, in that capacity. So it's good to be here as just a patrician.
Yeah, folks, she can claim that title as patrician. She lives here.
I do. And I was looking forward to being here and just really enjoying the parish and rural living.
But already your fan base has started. Chester Bandy David says, say good morning to her from me. Chester,
good morning.
Let me just read exactly what Chester. Say good morning to Miss Smith for me, thank you.
And tell him thanks for the pineapple.
Well, he's listening.
Tell him thanks for the pineapple.
Which pineapple?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Pineapples, mangoes, I really appreciate it. You mean
that pineapple right there?
Yes, that one.
So, Bandy, next one. Yeah,
and I do have some stuff for the kids as well. Hand it over properly.
Yeah, let's not.
Hand it over properly.
Yeah, let's not have a big issue.
Let's not have a war.
Yeah, let's not
live one.
Let's not have a war.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well,
I should have shut my big mouth.
In exchange for that, Andre, I can give you tea. When I say I'm doing something, I show up. I show up in a big way.
So you mean
you have a cup.
Yeah.
It's not the best looking cup I've seen. And we'll remedy that. We'll definitely remedy that.
That's my ghost cup, My cup has ghost on it.
And this one has the Tea Party Social, where you can have candid conversations with a spot of tea. And that's what we're going to have this morning, a candid conversation.
With a spot of tea.
With a spot of tea.
Okay. Okay, let me show the folks my
show the folks your cup.
Yeah. You
while I struggle to on.
While you struggle to on the thing.
Look, I made this morning.
You see, candid conversation with a spot of tea. Wow. Look at this, folks. You see? Yeah, there you go. See? Right, there you go. And then you see the other thing in here? Right, good. So that's my cup.
That's not your cup. That's my cup. This is your cup.
Hold on.
Yo. Shatter
again on there, girl. Whoa. Folks, you want to see this? Okay, here it is. See? There it is. Yeah, that's her. With her,
And now you can pour your own chai tea latte, sir.
Oh, boy. So I have to get rid of this?
Get rid of that cup, Andre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't have just a last sip, no?
No.
Okay, chai tea latte. Okay, hold on, it's not pouring. Okay.
made lovingly by my own hands at the manor.
Okay, let me see. Remarks coming in early. You get a cup boy. That me business Ferguson. You must know Miss Ferguson. You know.
Hi, Fergie.
Yeah, you must know Miss Ferguson. Yeah, you know her, don't you?
I worked with Fergie.
Right.
Yes. Hi, Fergie. Is it good? It will be good to the last drop.
Well, one can tell. Look who's looking down on it.
And I didn't make it sweet because, you know.
Let's deal with first things first.
Okay.
Right? You came in here this morning and you handed me this book. This is a book, friends. She handed me this book this morning. And so we're going to do the nexus of the conversation is going to be about this book. So we're going to deal with that, and then we're going to deal with the after party.
Yeah, exactly.
The after party. This is the nexus of the conversation. Yes. Reflections, Stories for Inspiration by Yolan Y. Smith. What prompted this?
Reflections. I was in transition, and as I said just now, I'm no longer the ambassador for Grenada. I was the ambassador for about 5 years, and late last year, I was in transition mode, getting ready to step out of that role. And a lot of things happened during that time. It wasn't the smoothest of transition. It wasn't tumultuous either, but it wasn't smooth. So it just got me to reflect on where I came from, what I've gone through, and how I'm going to position myself for an even better future. And I thought, you know, people keep journals, people do diaries. My brain go, and these stories just kept coming up, and I'm like, I need to just write these down. Just like that, as simple as that. So I was just thinking, I need to write a book, you know. I just wanted to write those stories down. So they're stories.
Would you believe you saw me just pick up the book, right? And just open up?
Yeah.
Can you guess what page it opened up to?
No.
You could. Just think Andre. Think what Andre supports. Or who Andre will be supporting.
Not kids. No.
Nah.
Oh wow. Oh no, really?
Yeah. But when you saw.
Yeah. And it's a good thing it's the end of a chapter.
President Donald J. What's a J for? You don't know?
Hold on.
Don't tell me you don't. I don't know either.
Jackass?
No, you didn't do that to him.
I did not. But I mean, you said J.
It could be
Justin.
Jubilation.
It could be Justin. It could be justifiable.
It could be Jared with a J.
It could be justified.
It could be jail. Leave my Donald alone.
Yeah, that's
I was looking interesting. I was looking at. I'm a YouTube freak, so I was looking at YouTube, and one of the things that I saw on YouTube was Donald was standing close to the Pope.
Okay.
Right. So their hands, the fingers came just around the same
length there.
Yeah, but Donald, being a little bit taller than the Pope, he's
tall.
Yeah, he was just above the Pope there. And the camera picked him up, twiddling with the Pope's fingers, and the Pope knocking his hand away as if, behave yourself, boy. I'm like, oh my God.
What's it called? That's AI. That's all these things that can happen. Fake news. I think that was a fake shot.
That was a good shot. That was my boy Donald. He'll do that. But anyway, let's get back to this.
Yes.
So the question is, what prompted this that you gave us?
Yeah.
Then you'll say, why now? Why not 5 years ago? Because while 5 years ago you became the ambassador, but you were involved in foreign affairs before that. 20 years before that. So why now? Why not before?
The funny thing is, when something is laid on your heart or you get the prompt into, the timing is always right. So I couldn't have written that book 5 years ago. I couldn't have written it 20 years ago. I couldn't write that book next year. That book was in the moment, where I was in that very moment, my mindset and everything. So that book was for that time. And it was laid on my heart that if I do write these reflections, somebody would be blessed by it. So it's really for inspiration.
I have not had the chance to read as yet. Okay? However, is it about espionage and international relations and politics and that? Is it about that?
No.
What's it about?
And I think that's why it's going to be surprising. And I'm hoping that's why people would want to read it. Because there's the expectation that she's an ambassador or former ambassador. She's been, as you say, in foreign affairs for the last 20 years. So that book must be on politics or international relations. And so I will, however, write on those subjects.
You will?
I will. I will write on those subjects. But for this one, this one was personal. And I wanted that to be a way of people getting to know me outside of what they hear or what they think they see wrapped up in that package. So it's, who is Ambassador Yolande Smith? Or, in the sense, who is Magdalene's daughter? Because that's who I am at the core. But people see all these things, and sometimes people want to write a narrative that they think should be. But I think it was just a way of getting people to see who I am to the core. And
you missed one, eh?
Which one?
Who is Yolande Smith? Who is Magdalene's daughter? But you didn't say the one that I was expecting you to say. Who is Andre's friend, the ambassador, who you can almost call like in the middle of the night to get an interview?
That one. That one. And you haven't read the book, so that's good. You would realize that you probably featured in 3 of the stories in that book.
Because I was about to ask you, who should read this?
Young women, young people in general, women, Caribbean nationals, mentors, people who are looking to be mentored, so mentees. I think everyone, and even, I guess, people in international relations as well, because the thread sort of runs through. It doesn't focus on it, but it runs through. But I think anybody who is trying to find themselves, find their own voice and to excel in whatever area they want to. Because while everybody's story is unique, you can learn from lessons I've learned or mistakes I've made or decisions I would have taken. You might be in a situation now that you can draw from, or something in the past that you know, oh, that's what, so I won't repeat it, or I can focus on it from this lens. So I think everybody who wants to be inspired, or anybody who is looking at me from the periphery as well, they can say, you know what, she became an ambassador. She was from very humble beginnings, in Stone Street in Wester Hall in a 1-bedroom wooden house. She became the most senior ambassador in Washington, D.C. What got her there? And how can I'm not aspiring to be that. I'm probably just aspiring to be a farmer. But what are some of the tenets? What are some of the core values she had and that, the way she implemented that got her to be a success? So everybody should read this book. But definitely Caribbean women, young women, mentees, mentors. And Andrea, you should read it.
The next question has to be, because to do this, you must go into a deep state of mind and you must start to reflect. And a lot of people, most people, when they reflect on their lives, on things that have happened, something surprised them. Was there anything that surprised you?
Yeah, I think if you read this, you'll find there's a thread of faith and belief in God. And that surprised me. I've always had that, but the way it came out, and let me just say, I didn't edit any of these things. So I wasn't it's not a textbook. It's not prescriptive or anything. They're just stories and my reflection. So I didn't edit anything that came out of my state of mind. But after putting it all together, I realized that the one thread that ran through was my faith and undying belief in God. And that came out so strongly that it's surprising, because you'd almost think, oh my God, it's a religious book. Because that has been the bedrock of my entire life. And it took me this long to realize that I have gotten this far because of, and in spite of, all these things. The one thing that remained constant was my belief and my trust in God, and my obedience as well. That was surprising. Yeah.
So if you looking at the book and that you've done, how do you see that book impacting on people? And when I say people here, of course I mean everyone, but I want you to zero in your answer on young women. I want you to zero in on that.
So I think the impact it would have is that we're stronger than we think we are. And you say young women, and sometimes we have to think about young women as single mothers as well. And that is something that you can't take lightly. There's a bit of resilience that we have. And I think it's almost innate. Sometimes we don't tap into it as much as we can, but it's there. So I think the impact I wanted to have is that people would know that you can build your self-confidence, sometimes from zero all the way up. You are resilient. You can ask for help. You can seek God in everything you do. So that's the impact I want you to have, is that you're not who you are, where you are right now. You can aspire, you can achieve, and you can advance in whatever area you can. So don't let a circumstance sort of, daunt your spirit and think, well, I can't go beyond this point, because I have gone beyond so many different points in my life, low points, and it just kept rising. And strange enough, you flicked the book there, and the end was Donald Trump. You got excited about that. But the chapter that followed that one was called Flashbacks.
Yeah, Flashback.
Flashback.
Yeah, Flashback, yeah.
And that, for me, was just surprising. All the people I have sort of known throughout a certain portion of my journey, how they have impacted my life. I have left some behind. I've taken some with me. But in seeing those people, I got a chance to sort of gauge my progress from that. So you never dam the bridge you cross. Andrea, I've known you for forever. We have moved on.
You almost said 40, and that's not true.
No, it's not true. 3 decades-ish. More than 3 decades. More than 3 decades. So there you
want me to give you the number?
Yeah.
35.
There you go. So I've known you for forever. All lives have changed. You've seen me go from youth council to ambassador. And there were a lot of points in between. Carnival queen, single mother, working in different things, babysitting. You've seen me through all these iterations. But a friendship never fizzled.
Never.
There were times when we would have, been on different wavelengths. But people have to be able to look back in their past and let the past, learn from the past, but also people say, oh, you need to put the past behind you. You can't. You can't just put it behind you and leave you there. It's a guiding light, really. You must look back at some point. You must look back.
One of my viewers, I think, even before you spoke what you just said, encapsulated what you said in a statement.
Ooh.
Look at it up there.
Where? Oh.
Read it.
Good morning, Ambassador Smith. Ambassador Smith, he always talk about you. Welcome. Oh, thank you. It's like I was trying to read what I wanted to hear.
Yes. Yeah. And that person did. Because I always talk about you.
And we've kept, no matter what I was doing as well, I felt that people needed to know. And you and I, because we're public figures, we depend on, like your readership and your listenership. And for me, I depended on the Grenadian people to know that I'm not just out there doing my own thing. So whenever they can hear what's going on, it's nice, because for me, it's always about representing Grenada.
They're getting so kind of thing with this. Would you believe? And I'm going to do this to him, eh?
Who's him?
No, I probably shouldn't.
Who's him?
Joe Bartholomew. Do you know that guy?
Joe, I passed the wrong place yesterday looking for food.
He sent me a voice note, but Joe is a crazy guy, so I wouldn't play the voice note. I wouldn't think that he's a crazy guy.
Next thing he say, he's in the book and he's reflecting on what we did and what we didn't do.
Exactly.
No, the fact that Joe is family.
Let me leave Joe alone.
Hi, Joe.
Good morning, Joe. Yeah, but he's always listening, and that's.
I know. I heard him the other day as well.
That's one of the things, when was it? It was on Sunday, and as you just said, that Joe's like family, and Joe is family.
His family, yeah.
Sunday, something went wrong with the programming, and something was repeating, and Joe sent me a message. Because I was not listening to the radio, and Joe sent me a message indicating that, hey, something's wrong.
There are people like us out there who listen all the time. Some of us are not like Antonito, so we don't comment all the time. I don't know who Antonito is. I'm just hating on Antonito right now. But I see all the people who comment, and so most times I don't. And, for obvious reasons, because I can't be seen as, taking a stand on this or being, having biases. So, but I listen all the time because I get all my information.
Marilyn loves you.
Well, the love is mutual. The love is mutual.
Yeah, she loves you.
It is mutual. Yeah. I know people who work hard and who really not about self. And I think that would come across as well, too. It's never about self. I probably get the accolades. I get all that. But it's never about me. So, yeah. You want to know how long it took me to write this book? It took me probably 4 days.
I'm going from comments there, public comment to comments here, which are private, but which I believe I can share. Okay. Ambassador Smith got a compelling story and a voice. And that is said by, I would have that person as in Grenada now, at this moment, living on island. I would have that person as not one of, but our best female journalist on island right now. Okay. And could get into the ranks as the best journalist on island right now. I say that. Linda Straker.
Oh, hello, Linda Straker.
Yeah. And she says Ambassador Smith got a compelling story and a voice. Which means,
thank you.
Linda, you can pick up a copy. What's the cost?
The cost is 50 EC. Mm-hmm. And that's discounted. It can be autographed for everybody. And the first 50 persons who say they want books can get a special gift as well. So I have books here on the island because I know it's hard for people to get it on Amazon and do all that stuff. Yeah. So it's $16.99 on Amazon for the soft copy. So that's like 45 EC, but with everything else is 50. The hardcover is $39.99, so that'll be like 107. I have limited hardcover, but a lot of the soft cover is also on ebooks.
Well, I said, folks, our friendship over the years warranted that I have a copy, but I'm going to purchase my hard copy.
Okay, it's autographed.
Oh, is it?
It is.
I didn't tell you what to put.
You don't have to tell me what to put.
Can I read it?
You can.
I prefer not to. You might just...
No, you can. You can. Andre, how do I get... No, I belong to 2 foundations in Grenada here. How do I get to tell them what to look at? Send me the link. Send me the link on my WhatsApp.
Okay, that's easy.
And I can send it to my folks. Pat Kim James, hey, good morning.
Look there.
Running to work.
Look there. See, she already sent your message.
Oh, well, I'm reading the one she sent me here.
Oh, personal message. Okay, good.
Running to work, will listen and shout you later. Congratulations on the book. Will surely buy. Oh, thank you, love. That's another friendship that goes way, way back as well.
Alrighty, now I need to do this and...
I see your listenership and viewership is growing as well. I don't know why we have to tell people, hulk up the likes and so. People don't just watch the program, hulk up the likes. I normally hit the like button whenever I join. I don't say anything, right, Antonito? I don't say, but I always, click the like. Click the like and share. Isn't that what people say? That's what the young people say. I try to be hip. Yeah. Hulk up the likes, click and share. And the chai latte is really good.
Well, it's very good. There's a guy by the name of Katz who says, so I'm getting my autograph copy, okay?
Sure.
A guy by the name of Katz said that.
Sure.
All right, so I need to now send you the link.
Yes, if you do that.
Okay, I will send you the link momentarily because I need to now send the link to my... Are you part of our WhatsApp thingy?
I am on that WhatsApp.
On the station's WhatsApp?
Yes, I am.
Well, then if I do this, you should have the link to you at this time.
Hold on.
You see it?
I have to do Android twice.
Oh, yeah? I'm that good?
The last time I said something on this was kudos to CJ. I did like that program. I listen to agriculture. I listen to all the programs, but you know I listen.
Yeah.
I did not see it. No.
Okay, so let me send that to you.
That's the one with the green bright thing logo.
That's I'm sending it.
This one?
Yeah, you didn't see that? That's strange.
No,
well, I just sent it to you.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. So you sent it on that one.
I just sent it on
okay.
You got it there.
I got it there.
Right. So then you can share that.
I can share it
share that with
anyone. Foundations. Yeah. I have a lot of things going on, Andre. But let me tell you, I have been looking forward to being here at this time. Well, earlier, a year ago, I was looking forward to being here. But what can I say? 3 foundations actually. What am I talking about?
All right, here's a comment from another listener wondering, how can I get a hard copy today? Today, no.
At the station, yes.
Hard copy?
Hard copies are right here, plenty. At the Manor. I'll be in Victoria tomorrow because I have an event, not tomorrow, Saturday. I have an event in Wester Hall on Saturday as well. So 2 places you can get on Saturday, 2 foundations I'm working with. And we'll talk about that as well. I want to talk about those 2 things because one, they're to the heart and soul of me. One is a mentorship program that we launched in Victoria on Saturday. That's the M4 mentorship.
In St. Mark?
In St. Mark.
What time on Saturday?
You're going to cover it from 4 to 7. Real FM must cover it. We're working with a teacher from Waltham Secondary School. It's the Generation Grenada Foundation. I'm a founding member of that. And also the Wester Hall Community Center, the Wester Hall Community Group we're launching tomorrow as well. We're giving to the secondary school in Wester Hall, the prep school in Wester Hall, and community as well. Both things are happening on Saturday. I have flyers. I can send them to you to put it up right there if you want to, because I'm good like that. So that's the part of me, and that would also come out, is what I...
Where's the flyer?
I didn't want to be presumptuous.
Well, you were presumptuous by saying that Real FM was going to cover. Duh.
Wasn't I, though?
Magdalene's daughter, ain't it?
That's who she is, the bush lady. I'm channeling that woman today. You know how bold that woman was.
Okay, so Linda wants to know where she can get the book. You can get... Linda, give me a call. Well, okay, I'll tell you where you can get the book right here, Linda.
If she's in town...
Linda lives in... Oh, by the way, speaking of where Linda lives, have you guys done the road?
But
right, okay.
So, I can't multitask. People do it, I can't. I like to give to things. So this flyer here... I have to go into something and say all media, right? That's where I get...
When are you going to do this thing in St. Mark? Somebody says give them the place and they want to be there.
Saturday at Waltham.
At the school?
Waltham School.
No, St. Mark Secondary. Don't ever do that.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't.
The place is Waltham, yes?
The school is located in Waltham.
Waltham, St. Mark Secondary School.
St. Mark Secondary.
That's the word.
There are those who have been to that school and you call it Waltham, they go berserk.
My humblest apology.
See, that's why I keep saying you need to have me there, but you just dump me all the time. See, I'm your real friend. Claudette Sylvester is in Toronto, and she says, good morning, dear.
Good morning. Andrea, tell me if you get that first. And
Devon Romaine says, yes.
Hi, Devon.
What do you want, if I get what? Something from you? No, I didn't get anything from you. But I think we need to return to the substantive.
We should. But, what's the next thing?
The next thing I want to find out, there's stories that you've told in the book. One knows that. There must be stories in the book. Is there any particular chapter that you figured that you needed to include in that book? And what does it speak to?
There are a few, but there's a chapter on prophecy.
Prophecy.
Prophecy. And if you look towards the front of the book, it's dedicated to my mom.
Well,
the bush lady, Miss Mac, who dreamt dreams and had visions. So I can't say she was a seer woman, but there was this one time. And I encourage everybody to read. Even if you just pick up this book and you just look for it, I'll tell you which chapter it is. Prophecy. I don't know. Chapter 7. I've never told that story before. So while some of the other things, people who were around me at the time would have seen my lived experiences, people I may have recounted a story to, that one I never told anybody. And it's the first time I'm writing about it. So it's the first time my daughter is going to see it. It's the first time my siblings would see it. I made reference to it to you one time in an interview. It may have been 13 years after that time. The vision came to pass probably 20 years after she said it. But my mom told me that the Lord will elevate me to a high station to serve. It was a bizarre moment and a bizarre time when she told me that. At the time, it was just so sort of surreal and so out of left field because I was going through some stuff. I was in Canada at the time. Let me tell you, as the admin assistant, clerical assistant at the consulate, when she told me that, and I prayed about it, and I saw it, and I had to ask God for clarity. And it's like, is this her vision, or is it a vision for me, and is it really going to happen? And I got clarity shortly after that. I remember you had asked me, remember my container was on the pier?
Yeah.
And when the government changed,
Still there, isn't it?
It's still on the pier.
Still there.
Government changed in 2008. And you had asked me if the new National Party get back into office, it was in an interview, if you go back to that interview, if I would go back to work for the government in that capacity. And I said, I will, but it would be in a higher position. If you go and find that tape now, that's exactly what I said to you. I will, but it would be in a higher position. 13 years after, I went back.
And in a higher position.
I was Deputy Consul General. I left the IMF, a well-paying job, good security, good retirement benefits and everything. I left that out of obedience. That's another chapter in the book. To go to the consulate for less money, but in service of Grenada, because I knew that prophecy had to be fulfilled. It's strange but true, and I'm getting cold goosebumps now just saying it. And I said, I never said that story before. But I knew it wasn't that. Then I became ambassador 5 years after that. So add 5 to 13. So when the government changed right now, and it was said, oh, you should resign, you should do all these things, Keith Mitchell did not put me there when I went in under the new National Party, and Deacon Mitchell could not take me out under the NDC. I was called to serve, and I continued to serve with integrity in spite of, because I knew that prophecy was being fulfilled. And I knew during COVID, I was meant to be there. I didn't have to be there 5 years before, 5 years after. I knew it. And that's what I'm saying, this story, or this compendium of stories, but just say, when people think they know you, they don't really know you. So take time to get to know people, but also draw inspiration from people who have gone through, who have endured, and who have come through struggles. But I knew, I had faith, I believed, and I let nobody daunt me. I did resign after the last election. I stayed on, and exactly a year after, I didn't put myself in that position. I didn't put myself in that position over anybody else. I was there at the right time, and that prophecy was fulfilled. Go back to that interview.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you see...
hold on. Stick a pin there. Mm-hmm. It was you and Gates in my mother's house in Wester Hall. Mm-hmm. It was one of the first interviews you guys did at somebody's home. And my container was on the pier.
Yeah. To understand what you've just said, or to fully understand what you've just said, or those who would fully understand what you just said would have had to have an encounter one way or another with Magdalene Smith.
Mm-hmm.
If you never met her and you never knew her, then you will not understand what Yolanda just said. You had to have a connection and meet that lady one time, at least one time. And me, I've had
run-ins. You've had run-ins with her.
What?
You should read your dedication. Just read it.
I need to write a book.
You need to write a book on. I need to write a book on Mama Lone.
Yeah.
My daughter said to me one time, that woman has too much influence over you. Because Mom and I would talk all the time. But my daughter now, she and I, we do the same. And you know what the mother told the little pig, come, you coming?
Yeah,
I laughed now. Madison would say the same thing. She'd be like, Mommy, Gigi has way too much influence over you. You and Gigi talk all the time. But it's that bond that I had a really good bond with my mom. And I never missed her. But yeah.
Again, it goes back to your book and the impact that it is going to have. Do you think your book would ever have an impact on men?
It should.
Why?
It would tell you how to, I guess, treat a woman, how to look at strong women, or how to look at women in vulnerable situations and protect them. Yeah. And it would give you a better appreciation for womanhood, and I'm not going to go down the whole road about equality, equity, and parity, and so, but it would give you a fairer look at why we should have women in decision making, why we should have women across all the different sectors, what they bring to the table. Mm-hmm. Yes, they should read it, because I'm going to tell you, mothers have a certain kind of strength. Single mothers have a double portion of that strength. And women, just in general, because I was raised in an all-women household with my grandmother, my mom, my two aunts. So I have seen firsthand the power, the determination, the strength, the resiliency of women. And I took that with me in my role. And I never felt less. I never felt that I wasn't equal to any task, because I saw what they went through and, all the things they did to get me to where I am today. And I think it's a testament to just women and Caribbean women as well. And I think my story would resonate with the Caribbean diaspora, because we all have that story. You leave home, you travel, you leave a good paying job or your own house here to go and babysit, or so, because you have ambitions and you want to aspire to do different things. And that's part of my story as well.
All right, so here are two things.
Where is BJ?
BJ, don't worry. BJ is probably sitting outside enjoying, and that's how you behave. The two things, and they came in back to back. The first one was from Carl Caton.
Master Carl.
Yeah, Master Carl. And Master Carl was, ask her if she would run for political office. That was Master Carl.
Yeah.
Now, the second one was from Linda Straker. And that's one of the reasons I have to be prim and proper in terms of speech and content and everything on the radio, because Linda listens every morning. I can't. Sometimes I grovel thinking that she's listening, and I can't afford to make a mistake because she's listening, and she pounds on me if I do, in a nice way. But Linda says like this: listening to her, I will say God ain't finished elevating her as yet. Leadership of the country is next. That's some leadership. So imagine what Carl said and what Linda is saying. Both came in back to back.
That's humbling. That's very humbling. There was a time when I had those ambitions. I must say, there was a time when I really thought I could run the world. Andrew, you know those days. You remember those days, even from the youth council. I swear, we could have just, taken over this. But I think everything has its place and time. I'm sure a lot of people would have heard in the last election that I was running and I was supposed to be running against the now Prime Minister and all these things. Those were exciting times. Those were very exciting. Those were very exciting times. True? I think first I may have to become the Secretary General of the OAS. And after I have that under my belt, then I'll come back and because Grenada needs to be sort of elevated outside as well. And then I'll come back and take that on with the right team, though, because you have to have a team, because it's supposed to be about country. And that's why I think the reflections came about as well, when I felt
Go on.
There were things that was said that was very undiplomatic. But as a diplomat and a sitting diplomat, I had to hold my tongue. And I think reflecting made me see I'm bigger than what is said about me. I'm bigger than what people think they know about me and they don't know. And I'm here to serve. And in all the years I've served Grenada and the people of Grenada. When I was at the IMF, you would swear I was seconded by the government of Grenada. Everything I did elevated Grenada and the people of Grenada. So it's never about your land. So when you hear people say things that go against, your core, it hurts. It hurts. But at the end of the day, you have to know whose you are and why you're there. And I always go back to that prophecy. I go back to other things in my past. I came from a Janet house, a one-bedroom house in Wester Hall with a, like I said, my grandmother, my mom, and so we slept on the floor, we roll up our beds and things like that. So to go through all the things I've gone through and to rise to where I've risen, it doesn't happen to people like me every day. So I'm always grateful. I always feel blessed and I'm always humbled. I don't put on airs. I've gone to the White House, I've gone to all these places and, people call you, oh, Your Excellency, and they want to bow to you. I still know I'm Magdalene's daughter. I still know I'm from Grenada. So if that gets seen, Grenada gets seen. Mm. So, I'm going to come back and do this, but people have to be selfless and you have to know that it's about country. And if there's a team like that assembled down the road, Linda and Carl, let's talk about it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do something here. Should I? Okay, no. Let's take a commercial break, friends. We'll be right back. This is real. This is 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Speaking here this morning with Ambassador Yolanda Smith. And we're doing the book launch. Yeah, the book launch is what? Oh, yeah, can I have
you want a top up?
Can I have a spot, please?
A spotted tea?
A spotted tea, please. Yes, it's real. It's 91.9. You stay with us, friends. It's going to be fantastic for this morning.
Variety store located in Main Street, Satell, St. Patrick's in the Quasi Building number 2. We cater for you from head to toe. Men, women, and children. Clothing, shoes, bags, accessories, and much more. We also cater for your household, such as mat sets, sheet sets, bathroom, and more. Don't you miss it. Come check us out. Blessings Variety Store and be blessed with the best. Our motto is to be a cheerful giver and give generously, and it will come back to you 100-fold because God loves a cheerful giver. Blessings Variety Store, providing high-quality products for people like you.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes. When you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
I remember when this beach was really wide, a place to picnic and play cricket.
And we used to go up to the end to get away from all the people. Now all the beach gone.
Coastal erosion. When the sea starts to come in and take the land away, everyone loses something.
Granny, look how the waves are washing right under that house.
Coastal erosion. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. What can you do to help stop coastal erosion? For one, don't drive four-wheel vehicles on seaside dunes. They loosen sand and destroy binding vegetation, causing erosion. Find out more about coastal erosion and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from your National Disaster Office and SEDERA.
I tell them save cool energy and flow. Flow Internet is the best.
And I say sign up, bundle up, stay connected and drink turn up. 7:30 every month a month. Baddest deal everything we bought. On the time with Flow everything turn up. Good service make it stick to us. Flow Internet is the best. I go tell you I swear.
Flow Internet is the best. Sign up now for a chance to win a laptop with free service for 1 year. Add a new postpaid plan and get half off that bill every month. Plus a TCL smartphone for only $149 and a chance to spin and win big with Flow.
Good energy and flow, Flow Internet is the best.
From August 16th, the Gynecological Cancer Prevention Clinic announces its back to school 50% off on all consultations for children. Yes, 50% off. Parents, take advantage of this promotion to ensure your child returns to school in the best of health. The Gynecological Cancer Prevention Clinic is located on Main Street, Saters, St. Patrick. Call us today on 423-3352 or 444-4272. Put your child's health first. RENDEC, Community Partnership Initiative.
The classrooms that were refurbished as a result of this project really were not conducive to installing ICT into the classroom. Many of the windows were not functional. The security to the actual rooms themselves were insufficient. At the Maribor campus, the roof was also termite infested. The college is extremely appreciative.
Blessings Variety Store, located in Main Street, Satell, St. Patrick's, in the Quasi Building number 2. We cater for you from head to toe. Men, women, and children. Clothing, shoes, bags, accessories, and much more. We also cater for your household, such as mat sets, sheet sets, bathroom, and more. Don't you miss it. Come check us out. Blessings Variety Store, and be blessed with the best. Our motto is to be a cheerful giver and give generously, and it will come back to you 100-fold, because God loves a cheerful giver. Blessings Variety Store, providing high-quality products for people like you.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes. When you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top.
Yeah, well, this is like disguising agriculture. This is like putting a new twist to agriculture because the man himself is here. BJ, good morning. How you doing, bro?
Morning, Andrew.
Everything good?
Morning to the listening public. Everything is warm and easy. Fine as always. Morning to Ambassador Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to sit in so close to you.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neighbors and all.
Yes.
Well, if we're talking about agriculture, I do get plantings from BJ from time to time.
Oh.
You know, when you have good neighbors that just drop things off at your house, you know, you get tomatoes, you get melons, you get plantain, you go in town and you come back and you have lunch to cook. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's good.
That's how we behave in the country, Andre.
You live in the country, I don't.
In the rural areas.
I live in St. Patrick. I live in St. Patrick.
We're all living in St. Patrick.
Yeah.
But I'm a Wester hooligan, first and foremost.
That is so true.
Yes.
That is so true.
Yes, I am. To the bone.
So, friends, we're talking to Ambassador Smith and blending her book launch with agriculture this morning. And the interesting thing is, I'm going to ask that question, but sort of put her on the spot. What's in this book about agriculture? Mm-hmm.
I guess just what I said, that BJ dropped things off, and I think it's in the book. It's in the book. So yes, it's in the book. I talked. So if you look at Colma Manor, the chapter on Colma Manor, I talk about the beauty of living in a rural community. What I look forward to most is that people would drop things off for me. My neighbor would cook, but it's all organic stuff. And what I thought about doing, the fact that I have pineapples in my backyard and I share with my neighbors. So agriculture is in the book, so I lied. It's in there, and it's under the chapter called Colma Manor. Ah, look at that.
So there you are. Brilliant. So the book is complete.
It is complete. Isn't that funny though and ironic? Yeah.
Speaking of complete though, 25 years in the foreign service, yeah? Plus. Before that last 5 years. So just like what, almost like 30 years?
Almost, yeah.
All right. Now, the big question is, where is my book? I'm looking. Oh, there you go. This book of what? How many pages?
115-ish. Maybe.
No. Actually, no.
About that far?
99.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about 99. 99 pages.
There you go.
No, that's not all, Yolanda.
No.
Part 2 is coming, right?
3, 4, 5, because this is not in chronological order. And again, I said this wasn't edited. Those were the reflections that came to me in that period of deep thinking. So there's no chronology to that at all. I skipped in and out, childhood, current, future, it's there. But if I go chronologically, there will be probably about 50 volumes to come, or then you'll get a 500-page book if I do it. But those were just the reflections, the things that came to mind that were laid on my heart that could inspire somebody. Yeah.
There's somebody on my good morning. That Andrew. Volume, the volume of your radio, do it.
Andrew, please down.
Yeah, good, thank you. Talk to me.
How are you?
Oh, okay.
Ambassador, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
You know good morning, she say good morning to Fluffy.
Oh, hi. I thought I knew the voice.
You get Sawyer. Jesus Christ.
I thought I knew the voice. I know it's a regular voice.
Hey, morning, boss. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Happy to hear you.
Fluffy, you packed up, I hope.
I need a book.
I think
I shouldn't say I need a book. I should say I need to purchase a book.
Oh, thank you so much for the support. Right now, I have some at the studios here. I think the best thing would be for those in Grenada, tell me where you want me to be at a stationary point, and I can have books for everybody on a particular day.
Okay, here's what.
Yes.
I give you the first spot where you should be, and where you could be. And Fluffy, pick a good day.
She should be in Grenville on Saturday.
On a Saturday. So here's what. You're going to go to Grenville this Saturday.
This Saturday are the 2 events.
Oh, you have 2 events this Saturday?
Yeah, Wester Hall and Victoria.
What time is
Wester Hall is 2 o'clock, Victoria is 4 to 7. So Wester Hall will go from 2 to 4, I think. So I'm going to make a cameo in Wester Hall. I will be in Wester Hall in the morning. I'll be in Wester Hall most of the morning and just get the beginning of this because then I have to go to Victoria.
What time do you leave Wester Hall? We're planning it here.
Okay, so I would leave Wester Hall by 2:30.
2:30.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have to be at the opening, at the onset, the first note in St. Mark, or you can get there?
I can get there.
All right. So Neil's driving.
Maybe I'm driving.
Maybe, yes. I just wanted her to be in Grenville from like 3 until 4, and then she goes.
No, that wouldn't happen.
That wouldn't happen.
No, I won't be able to do.
So how about Friday? Tomorrow.
So better she come Friday evening. Yeah.
Friday Eve. What time, Fluff?
Friday from 4 o'clock.
Where?
The car park.
The car park?
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell everybody that she's gonna be there?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Everybody hear that already?
All right,
Okay,
I'll be at Grenville Car Park on tomorrow
Everybody hear
at
that
4.
already, Andrew?
Okay.
What happened? You're ignoring yourself. Everybody
Right?
hear that already?
You have a certain listenership. There you go. I'll be at Grenville Car Park
Why are you degrading yourself?
Friday.
Yes.
Your family is let to rest
Today? I didn't hear that.
Say your family. That's my father.
Yeah, your dad. Is it today?
Oh, my sympathies to you, Fluffy. Oh, I
Thank
didn't
you,
know.
thank you, Ambassador.
Oh. And be careful out there on the road today.
IBJ wife family.
Okay, there you go. Says one.
My
All of we is one family.
Let me not tell you, man.
Wow.
So today he's going to rest.
He's gonna rest today. Okay, I got you, bro.
And thanks for the support.
All right.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah.
I'll listen to you guys.
Yeah. One love. Great.
Thank you, Fluffy.
Yeah, one love.
Okay, so you have a Friday.
That's settled. The car
Friday
park.
afternoon.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. The car park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Says we'll be there.
Very well.
So those who want books, they can get it, and they can all have it
autographed
right there and then.
Yep.
Okay, good. So you got that.
And the first 20 people would get
a gift,
a bonus. Yeah.
Wow.
Andrew, you get a cup, you get tea. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
You want everything.
Right?
Why shouldn't I?
That's true. They can only say no. Like I just gave you a big fat no.
Exactly. Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? But BJ, you've been listening to the interview, and what do you think of Ambassador's efforts?
Andre, I have the opinion that everyone should write a book about their life. Because everybody have different aspects of their life that would benefit someone else. And I was inspired this morning.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, Andre.
Great, wonderful.
Similar background, similar past. Andre, 1 bedroom, boat house with plenty of us in it. Who have to sleep on the floor, who have to roll up and sun out the bed in the day.
Slipping somebody's foot in your head.
So it goes, Andre.
Yep.
And when you come through the ranks and people don't really understand your past, sometimes they think differently about you. So sometimes you need to put it up.
That's it right there.
We got somebody online. Good morning.
Good morning, Andre.
Rastawan.
Yeah, big up. Good morning, BJ.
Morning, boss.
Good morning, Ambassador.
Good morning. Good morning to you, sir.
I just called to say I have a passion for agriculture, and I have a big passion for politics. And listening to you this morning and watching you, I think you have to come in. Me and Andre, we have to bring you. Grenada, Grenada need your expertise right now.
Thank you. That's heartwarming.
Yeah. So, Ambassador, and I know Master Carl will big up that. Master Carl will side with me 100%. Right,
so you don't know about me, but you know what Master Carl?
No,
fire.
Because you're a political gent. I hear you actors already. Remember that?
All right.
You posed the question to her already.
Okay, I get you, Bridget.
Yeah, Andre, we need this lady at the front.
All right.
Yeah?
I will talk to her behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The man
yeah,
said you
yeah.
want me in the front, you talking to
Yeah.
me behind.
Yeah, this needs to get to the
I'll
front.
call it and talk about it too.
Yeah. All right
I'll call
then.
station over here and talk about it too.
Okay, I got you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, bless them. Yeah.
All right. So Scoops said good morning. Scoops is Crookshank. You don't know Dennis?
Dennis?
Crookshank?
Yes. Oh, he has a
That's it.
nickname now?
Scoops. That's
Dennis,
been there
Dennis and I
long.
went to Happy Hill together.
Right,
There's
so
a
tell me.
section in the book on that too.
Well,
it's called Instigating, I think,
Yeah,
or
so-
Agitating, one of them.
So
I'll tell you.
yeah, so he
Instigate,
says,
chapter 3.
yeah, he says good morning.
Morning.
Who else is saying good morning? I told you about Ryan.
Yes. Ryan has an autograph copy, and perhaps he was one of the first to get. Ryan, I hope you're doing well.
Let me just read this whole thing for you. I remember her mom, for all the bush medicine she gave on Real FM. Never underestimate the power of God. I love that phrase. Pete Mitchell did not put me there, and Deacon Mitchell could not remove me. Kindly tell Ms. Anthony McIntyre in Maryland. Hello.
Anthony McIntyre?
In Maryland. Well, maybe the person wants me to tell that person hi. Well, hi, if
Hi.
you're listening. That was written again by Marilyn.
Okay.
Marilyn the Great Ferguson lady.
Fergie, that's how I know her as
Marilyn the
Fergie.
Great Ferguson lady.
I hear Fergie all the time, but Fergie and I worked, I think, since I was in Canada. She was in immigration. Of course, we did passports at the consulate and then again in Miami. So we had
Okay,
a
Carl,
long-
for you, the cost is $60. Is it? I can make something.
Look, he's making a commission. I'm trying to give people that he's making a commission.
Yeah, Carl wants a copy of the book, so we have to hold a copy for him.
Yeah,
But there are a lot of copies. Available online?
Available online at Ex Libris. I can send you those links to put up there, and Amazon. I think if you do Ex Libris, because they're my publishing company, I get a better deal than that. But perhaps Amazon, they fulfill quicker than Amazon. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
They fulfill quicker than Amazon. The e-book is on both those. So I'll send that so you can put the link.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can put links in that?
Yeah, we'll put it. But
After-
if what we do is that we'll put it on whatever links you send to me, I will forward them to Vondel.
Okay.
So he can put it on the website.
Yes.
So that folks can click the website and get information about
all the
you,
North American
and-
people and so can do that. But I thought for Grenada it would be such a hassle to do that you see, I always think about it. And in the book you didn't ask me, but I do have a part as well. The way I feel about radio and the way I feel about people in the rural villages, I still think radio has that mass appeal, and that's what people can go to all the time. And you would know, when I did Storytime with Miss Yolande and we were on Facebook and YouTube, I read on the radio all the time because I never wanted to leave people out, and
Someone wants
kids
to say
especially.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andrew Donald.
Yes, Clifford.
Good morning to Mr. John.
Morning.
And to Miss Yolande Smith, I think it is, Ambassador Yolande Smith.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're talking, it's something just reflect when you say about the lady's mother.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
It just reflects. I'm trying all along to remember who is the person. And as you talk about mother and you talk about the bush lady, Mary just come.
We met in at Bathway.
Yes.
Yeah. And you recognize her voice.
Yeah. That lady was great. That bush lady, your mother, was a real great woman.
She was.
Yeah.
She was somebody I emulated a lot. And, sometimes people ask you, like, who's your biggest inspiration? Who do you want to be? And people give you all these names out there. And I'm thinking, it's so close to home because I've seen my mother go through, all these things to send us to school and to do all that. And just to look at her, to me, that's the epitome of strength and resiliency. So that she's always been my biggest hero. And if my daughter
definitely was a disciplinarian too. Eh?
Oh, she was.
Tell you that she was a disciplinarian.
She was.
Because I heard her on programs, and she's a no nonsense person.
Yeah.
Hats off to you. But Mr. Andrew, if you could collect a book for me, I'll pay you.
No, I ain't trust you. I ain't trust you.
You ain't trusting me.
Nope.
You ain't trusting me. When I pay you, you give me the book. You won't be paying me. You won't be giving me the book.
Let's put it this way, Clifford. I don't trust Andre. How about that?
Well, but
You might pay Andre and
stutter.
Just to give somebody in the studio, they will.
You live in St. John's. It's close to that place.
Trust me.
Don't worry. You'll get a book, Clifford. Right. We'll handle it. Yeah.
Nice to hear you, Clifford, and of course I hear you all the time. Andre tried to tell you turn your radio down, 3 times a day, but I like listening to you. So thanks for calling.
Good.
All right, bro. Take care. People speak, and Clifford just spoke to Magdalene being a disciplinarian. You guys don't know anything about Magdalene and discipline. You don't know. You have to come in contact with her.
Kitaka will tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Mom, she was a great...
Clever Deputy says, good morning to you, Ambassador.
Hello. How are you? Yeah, Mom, she was a
He's wondering who's your publisher.
Xlibris.
Okay.
Xlibris. Xlibris. So it's almost sort of semi-self-publishing. And I was telling you, I wrote it in probably less than a week. And like I said, I didn't edit. I didn't show anybody because it was my stories. And, apart from them doing grammar and different checks and things like that, I just let it rip.
Sherma has one,
Sherma has a book?
Yeah.
Sherma?
Just now, I'm supposed to be talking to her too, but she has a book just now out. What's the name of it? Oh boy, I can't remember. Do I have it in my thing? Let me just check.
I love me some Sherma. Congratulations, Sherma.
Yeah, she has a book there.
I have a chapter on Queen, my Queen show stuff, and Sherma read my... Well, I didn't put all the details, but just, my reflection on the night and, getting strength from where and all that stuff. You guys need to read it. She's
been doing quite a bit in terms of customer service.
I know.
Yeah, she's been doing that. That's been really good too. But she has that book, and it's a tale about a monkey.
Okay.
But I think the monkey, the whole tale about the monkey, I'm not too sure if her daughter is her best friend right now, because the monkey sounds like it could be her daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's I haven't read it as yet, but in discussion with her
I'll
about
make sure I pick up a copy. I know she's had a couple of workshops at the stadium and stuff. So I've been following what's going on, and I was very happy for her because people like Sherma has such a wealth of knowledge to share.
But I guess that too, because that one is very small, and she's indicated to me that it is for the between 10 and 20.
Okay.
That age group.
Okay.
Adults can read, but that is who. So I still think that, like you, she would have others coming.
Right.
But do you think that enough Grenadians are putting pen to paper and write?
I don't know because I've not done the research. But if they are, and perhaps they are, but they're looking for a different market. So we don't know because there are a lot of Grenadian authors out there. And I try to buy their books all the time. There's a new author of children books that I just bought a whole set for my gang, my story time at Miss Yolande. So there are a lot of authors out there like Merle Collins and so that are published years and years with multiple books, but then they market to a different audience. So for me, I feel you have to market home and then let people find out about it. So there are probably a lot out there.
I think CJ knows Merle Collins.
She's in Maryland. She's a professor.
I think CJ knows her.
Okay. Yeah. But there are a lot of Grenadian authors out there. There is, I found out last night, a book expo today in the Market Square from 4 to 8. I don't know if I can show up there or not, but there is, what's it called? Something. So
because I just heard our Prime Minister not too very long ago did indicate that Grenadian history be taught in schools, and while I believe it's an excellent thing to do, I'm just kind of wondering where they'll be drawing from, and but that is another story for itself. Good morning, how are you doing?
Good morning to you, Mr. Donald.
Matheson, what's up?
I'm good.
Caribou in the house.
I'm good. And Ambassador Smith, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. I am very well.
Congratulations. Today's publishing day.
Well, pretty much launching day. Yes.
Advertising it. Thank you.
I'll make sure you get one in Caribou.
To the Grenadian people.
You're very welcome.
And you're looking beautiful on TV.
Oh,
I must say.
Thank you. I think now it's my mom's face. I'm coming into her face.
Yes.
And I like it.
It was very nice.
Yes.
I like it. Very, very nice. I spoke to you before after her death,
Yes, I remember very well, and thank you, and I listen. I haven't heard you pray in a while, but maybe I'm waking up too late
I wasn't
these
well,
days.
but
Okay.
I'm trying to come back a little bit at a time.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God, I haven't been well.
Yes.
And I'm still not, but God is good.
Amen.
Give it to the Almighty.
All the time.
And another thing, I want to say good morning to BJ as well.
Morning.
BJ, good morning. I have a question for you. I want to ask you something. There is a relative of ours. I hope you could help him. He has a big mango tree in his garden. It bears lots and lots of mango all the year round. But every time, if you pick 5 mango out of the 5, you might get 2 good ones and maybe 3 bad ones. When you cut the mango, it's black. It's black because where it started to go yellow, that's where the blackness started. It's a very nice mango, and I want to know what can it do to help to solve that problem. Can you please help?
No, we have to see the problem first.
Can you take some pictures and send it?
I assume this mango tree has been a huge mango tree. It is probably not pruned in any recent time, and I assume that you have an infestation with anthracnose. That's a fungus that would tend to go behind the sugary material in the mango. So wherever the mango starts ripening, that's where it's infested first. Eating the mango is no problem, but sometimes it's so discolored that it look like it's spoiled. But most of the mangoes that we eat, those with any discoloration of the skin, they tend to have anthracnose on them. But people consume them and it don't affect them in any way.
Yeah, but this one, it puts you off. You can't consume it. It puts you off. Once you cut it and you see it, your intention is to just throw it away.
Yeah,
because it puts you off. It's a big black mark inside
the mango.
Yes.
Yeah.
You might get maybe the bottom bit where the mango is hanging from the tree. That is a bit. It's not too bad. But when you see it cut in the middle, you slice it in the middle. It's not very nice. But
And
it's a lovely
sometimes you
mango.
probably should spray the trees with some fungicide and try to do some pruning so the light can streak through the tree. That may help.
Okay.
And also if you can give it a bit of fertilizer too, that would help. Most people don't fertilize mango, but mangoes require a lot of fertilizer.
All right. I hope he's listening because I told him I would have called on behalf of him. So I hope he's listening. So therefore, no. But I will still pass the message on. And
Because you can have physiological disorder with fruits when the trees aren't fertilized properly. It's like somebody having a pregnancy and they don't feed themselves properly and the offspring have issues. You can have similar things with plants.
Okay. But he normally have lots of sheep go underneath the mango and they eat the fruits. And, they feed around the grass around the mangoes.
Okay.
Is that didn't help?
That is okay.
That's okay.
That should be okay.
All right.
That shouldn't cause any major disease or anything like that.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very, very much. And Ambassador Smith, have a wonderful day. You're very pretty.
Yes, that's always matters. Thank you so much for the compliment.
You're welcome. And Mr. Donald, don't get jealous. We're still in love. Don't worry. Bye-bye.
I got you, Madison.
Have a nice day.
Take care, love. Great.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
All right, so Alan George is saying she's so fluent in communication. Thanks, Alan.
Okay, thank you.
And that's what Cleveroy says. See? Read it aloud.
I'm looking around for a publisher. Oh, hopefully I can get it out by March of 2024. Oh, okay. Well,
My brother Toro. That's Toro's brother.
I have his book.
Right.
Yeah.
He just finished
editing the last chapter. Oh,
That's
good for
Cleveroy.
you.
Right.
Good for you.
So
I
that's
have
why
Lincoln's book.
That
Yeah.
is why he's asking about your publisher.
Okay, yeah, and they're
So
very
say-
easy
say
to
your
work
publisher
with.
again?
Xlibris. Xlibris. Yes.
Do you remember Denison
It's right
McIntyre?
at the bottom. I know the name in what area?
Technical, radio.
Radio, okay, yeah.
He says good morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he
That
says
takes us
good-
way back.
Yeah, that takes you a long way back. Yeah.
But Andre, A while ago, you spoke about Merle Collins.
You knew Merle, right?
She actually taught me in school.
There you go.
That was 30-something years ago.
Yeah.
And she,
Four of her books.
And Andre is kind of strange. Since then, she used to be interested in writing.
That's what I was telling you, because CJ knows Merle personally.
She used to teach me literature.
Literature. That's what she teaches at Maryland University, and she's also big on like the reparations and things like that. Yeah, so she's still active.
Very
She's
likable
active.
person in
Yes.
Andre. And once you see her, you must like her.
Yeah.
She's
Desmond Lambert. He's in Jamaica. I don't know him, but he's a fan. He listens regularly. And he's saying good morning to you.
Good morning,
also.
good morning.
And there's somebody called Simon Samuel. Do you know that name?
Yes.
Mosley.
He is the president of the Wester Hall Community Group.
Right, so he wants to know if he can call in. I sent him a number, 4420175. He can call that straight, or you can WhatsApp, whichever suits you. Claude Abraham. Let me see what Claude is saying. Yolan, since that book is published, is there anything that you did not chronicle in this book? Or is there going to be a sequel? Well, I think I asked that question, you answered well.
There will be a sequel. I'll probably try to put it in chronological order so you get a sense of, who I am if you wanted that.
Deputy, that's clever. He's saying that he has a shelf with Grenadian waters.
Yeah.
And he says yours will join. Hey, don't forget Shoma. Don't forget Shoma.
Right?
Yeah, you can't forget Shoma.
It's everybody here. This is not, the pie is not for me. And we just have to get our voices. But BJ said something so poignant when he started off, that we all have a story. And if you read the back of this here, that's what it says. The truism is that we all have a story to tell. It's whether or not we feel able to tell it. And I feel you have to tell it in your voice.
Well, not just that. I mean, I'm just thinking, people like Andre, because it's you don't really see it. But someone who's sitting on the outside, I can tell you have a rich history behind you, given the events that you would outline from time to time. And those should be documented. You don't want to live to saying, boy, if I didn't know,
Yeah.
There's someone who's saying here, somebody called On Target, and they're speaking to you, BJ, and they says, interesting recommendations on the mango. Because a lot of people have mango trees that the fruit looks beautiful and you cut it and then there's something wrong on the inside.
Anthracnose, Andre. Mangoes are infested with that throughout the Caribbean. In fact, all the mangoes that you buy sometimes and you see the tacti, even ripe bananas and stuff like that, that's the anthracnose. But you can consume the fruit if it's not that bad. It don't affect you. In fact, when I go to the store, if I don't see those fruits with those marks on them, I don't really want it, because I know you use a lot of chemicals on it.
Oh, no, that's interesting. That interesting recommendations, most definitely. Good morning.
Good morning to Mr. Donald. A long time I haven't called your program, but I listened to the farmers program this morning.
I'm listening to you now. Go ahead.
He cut me off, right?
Why would I cut you off?
Oh, no. Are you talking about like the weevils and the mangoes? I remember before 2004 and 5, that was before Ivan. All of our fruits was very lovely and nice and sweet. But since after the disaster, this weevil came in our fruits. You know what I mean? Like the plums, including the zabukas, like the coconuts, the weevils, and the type of beetles from the root or wherever got to the heart, that does kill all the coconut trees. And the best solution for it, is to give it some cooking salt. Tie it upon a salt or upon whatever salt, and according to how high and fit your coconut trees, that you can go it up, and you can tie your bag with the salt, the cooking salt, and let and walk, and that it will kill all the beetles in the world, these Chinos. And let me start talk about fertilize the mangoes. But the seaweed is the best to give the mangoes to learn. Why I'm saying that now? Because you have all the salt in the seaweed, and remember this come from the ocean, So I don't be wrong or right, but if I correct the ultimate about the seaweed is the best. That's why I see a lot of farmers and people jogging a lot of seaweed to go and put it in the lands.
Thank you, sir. Okay. I think we have Samuel on the line. Let's check. Good morning, Samuel.
Hey, good morning, Andre. Good morning. How you doing? Miss Yolan, good morning.
Morning, Mosley.
I think we're getting, okay, hold on. I think we're having a...
It's delayed, so you're good. We can hear you. Look at me taking over the program now.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I think I was getting a feedback here.
Yeah,
let
so
me
just listen on the
move
phone.
Away from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not too clear though. But,
We can hear you.
We're hearing you beautiful right here.
So you should let them know you are Patrician, first and foremost.
Yes, Andre, good morning. This is Simon. Andre, you know me very well. Sarah brother.
Oh, you? Okay, I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah. So, Miss Yolan, good morning as usual. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm fine, and I guess we can tell each other welcome to Grenada.
That's right.
Well, I think you said it wrong. Just saying Sarah's brother. Just say Solomon boy from Bendicana, and everybody knows.
Just say Salo. That's right.
That's it. Just say Salo boy from Bendicana, and that's it. But do you know that your mom is my sister's godmother? You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I the last time I saw your mom was I think it was at that NDC meeting in Toronto.
Yes.
And when I saw, I'm like, whoa! Look at my sister godmother. Yeah, that's
talking about strong women. Yes.
Yeah, you know she turned to 91.
Wow.
Last month, so we've celebrated that. It was very nice. She's pretty strong and vibrant woman. I mean, she have that gene. So I hope I can, I pick up the genes, but I hope I can move to that number.
Don't we all?
But you have the genes. I can take the dungarees. Anyway, you talk to Yolanda.
No. So I'm just so happy. Well, of course, I think we exchanged. He moved to Wester Hall, and I moved to St. Patrick's. So, but together we're part of the Wester Hall Community Group, and we're launching on Saturday. But I'm a newcomer to the group, and Mosley is the president. So, Mosley, we had it before you called. We had the flyer up. So people know that the launch is taking place. You can probably give a little bit on it. And I was talking about my book as well, which you know about, but I don't think the other members of the group know about. So I would have books at the event as well. But tell us about the launch. Now I'm taking over.
Right. Well, good morning to the listeners. And to listeners in the trial and state, the characters to the market. Even when they're in the diaspora, always in the diaspora is the other state of Grenada. We cannot leave it out.
Yeah.
But I'm here in Grenada to launch the Wester Hall Community Group, and that will be taking place on Saturday at the Wester Hall Secondary School. And we are excited. This group has been started in one of the little residents that he was loved so much and passed away.
Mosley, we can hardly hear you.
Mosley, hold on there. Are you moving or anything? Because this internet plays tricks on all of us. Right, we're hearing you beautiful now. So just speak up and try again, please. Yeah?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think for somehow I'm getting a feedback. I'm not clear.
You're
so
good
give
now.
me 1 second. I'm not on another.
You're good now. You're beautiful now.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was saying that, we started this group, and when one of the local loved member of the community passed away, so that gave us the initiative to start this group, bring back the whole spirit and the love of Wester Hall. So, Andrew, like you know, I'm from Snell Hall. I moved to Wester Hall, and I adopted this community and become part of this community. So on Saturday, that we're having the launch at the Wester Hall Secondary School between 2 to 4, between 2 and 4. The Prime Minister would be there, and other members of the would be there, and Yolan, thank you, you will be there also. We are excited. What we're doing in a short term that we're going to be distributing some school items for the kids, both in the pre-primary school, and the secondary school. And also the launch will be taking place, and that would be the whole idea of bringing the community back together, looking for ways to build it up, looking for ways to enhance beautification, the tidiness, the environment. And we're looking for a whole wide range of activities, in moving forward, and our plan is to have a Wester Hall Day, an annual Wester Hall. They talk about the history of Wester Hall, the community, like for example, Wester Hall Estate, the farm in Wester Hall, and and so on and so forth. So this is how the future plan for this group. And again, like I said, bringing the community back together, days of the cricket and all this stuff. So I'm pretty much involved in that as the president, and I have a good group of people behind me, both on local and in the diaspora.
I love hearing this, and if I say that I'm not jealous, I'll be lying, and I'll be saying to you, if you can go to Wester Hall and do that, then you need to direct one of your siblings to come to Snell Hall and let's do something.
Well, I tell you, my sister Sherry, and it's a good thing you talk about that, and because Sherry is very active in community. And by the way, I'm a community activist because I do that in Toronto. I was the vice president of the Grenada Day Cultural Association in Toronto. We started the Grenada Day in Toronto, and I served this community for 10 years until 2018. I resigned. But I'm still also active in other community activities. I have a group that I launched in Toronto, which is for men on prostate cancer. So, Andre, on this note, we have a lot of things to talk about. I mean, I would love for you to meet you, to talk about the whole thing about, health, wellness, community activities, and so on and so forth. And by the way, I'm giving you the invitation if you can come on Saturday to be part of the launch, so you could broadcast that. If you get a live stream, better yet. So I'm giving you that option.
Yourself and Neoland clashing here, so I'll have to sit down and think about it, and then I'd have to speak to the management in relation to this. Yeah.
Because we do have the St. Mark's as well, and I'm spreading myself, not necessarily thin, because I wasn't planning on being here for either of them, but I've supported both activities. So I'm sort of going to make cameo appearances at both, because technically I'm in the US. But sometimes, as you say, the diaspora is so important because there's so much we can do behind the scenes and push things forward. So we don't necessarily have to be the face behind it, but we're the motion in the back that makes the wave. You see the wave, and somebody said it, the duck paddling under the water. We're the ones paddling behind there. So it's good to be on the ground for the launch. But there are just so many people that are part of it that's going to make it a success. And I'm excited about it. As I said before, I'm a Wester hooligan. And any of the communities in Grenada that I can support, I'm part of it because I have friends in the different parishes. And so whatever we do, and like if you do radio, everybody hears it. So everybody can take, a piece of what we do and emulate the good parts, in it. So I'm excited about the launch. The business communities in West Hall are supporting it as well. So it's good. It's really good. And thank you, Maudsley. Yeah. And thanks, Andre, for giving us that little time.
Yeah. And my passion, like I was saying, my passion is about community service. And, when you do community service, you give back to your country. I love giving back. I did so much thing in, under the scene, behind the scene, and which I don't really talk about it, but this is my passion. And I mean, I think I get it from my parents. Like Andre, my dad, my mom, my grandma, and the way we roll in terms of community service.
Yeah.
But just to add to that, because I was saying that Sherry, in Snell Hall Junction, Sherry is doing this project to put in the signs. So right in Snell Hall Junction, one facing Sutters, one facing Grenville, and the other one facing inside Snell Hall. So she's working on putting that sign on. And again, that comes from, we finance that, like people, the local people, like people in the diaspora, myself, family, I have big families, so we contribute to that. And she's on the ground here doing that project. So again, this is one of the things that we're looking forward to doing.
These are items that are supposed to be in the news, so please ask her to give us a call. This is Real FM. We are St. Patrick based. Realize that I didn't say we don't live in Grenada. We live in St. Patrick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mosley, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Before you go, Mosley, Val Chateau.
Yes.
Hi, Val.
She's saying good morning to you.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, Val. How you doing?
All right.
I'll see you on
Thank
Saturday,
you so
Val.
much, Val. My good friend, Val.
All right. So, bro, take care of yourself and we'll see.
All the best.
Okay, then. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It is real 91.9, 91.5, www.durufmgrenada.com. The time has now moved on to 3 minutes, and that is after the 9 o'clock news. Yeah, we've got that, but we will return after the news because unfortunately, the police are not, unfortunately, the police are not going to be with us this morning. So we got maybe about 20 minutes, half an hour. We can still take BJ. You game?
I'm on.
All right, he's on.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update produced by Triple N. Details when we get back.
Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. We supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Welcome back. Locally, backyard farmers who are members of the Backyard Gardeners Network Initiative, a group that was started in 2021, are eager to get their hands on new composting techniques following a day of extensive training which is expected to improve the composting process. In the region, in Trinidad and Tobago, dozens of students from East Port of Spain and environs have been equipped with new entrepreneurial skills they will need to create their own businesses in the future. Terry Brown Campbell tells us more.
The East Port of Spain Youth Entrepreneurial Program set out to teach youths the skills they need to monetize their ideas by turning them into viable businesses. Member of Parliament for Laventille East Movar and Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Adrian Leons, notes the positive impact this will have on the East Port of Spain community.
Everything is a business. What you hold in your hand is a business. Somebody made it, somebody bought it. This here, the mic, setting up this mic system, somebody has to be paid for it. The person that providing the air conditions, the seats, printing, everything is a business.
Around the globe, access to the abortion pill mifepristone must be restricted, a U.S. appeals court ruled, ordering a ban on the telemedicine prescription and shipments of the drug by mail, though the decision will not immediately take effect. Here is more.
A U.S. appeals court ruled on Wednesday that access to a widely used abortion pill should be restricted. The drug, mifepristone, was approved by the Food and Drug Administration more than 20 years ago, but anti-abortion groups have targeted the pill, claiming the FDA used an improper process when it approved mifepristone and did not adequately consider the drug's safety when used by minors. A 3-judge panel on the conservative U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals agreed and ordered the FDA roll back actions that had made the drug easier to access in recent years. Those included allowing distribution by mail, approving its use up to 10 weeks of pregnancy instead of 7 weeks, reducing the dosage, and cutting the number of required in-person doctor visits.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Medication abortions, which account for more than half of all U.S. abortions. Numerous medical studies and many years of real-world use have concluded that the drug is safe and effective. Numerous states have moved to ban or restrict abortion access after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a 50-year precedent protecting a woman's right to terminate a pregnancy. Wednesday's decision on the medication will almost certainly be appealed by the full Fifth Circuit and then to the U.S. Supreme Court.
And in sports, Captain Brandon King led from the front with a commanding half-century to lead the defending champions Jamaica Tallawahs to an 11-run victory over the St. Lucia Kings as the 2023 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League got underway at the Darren Sammy Stadium in St. Lucia on Wednesday. This ends the latest bit of news. Thank you for listening.
Renbec Community Partnership Initiative.
The classrooms that were refurbished as a result of this project really were not conducive to installing ICT into the classroom. Many of the windows were not functional. The security to the actual rooms themselves were insufficient. At the Maribor campus, the roof was also termite infested. The college is extremely appreciative.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes. When you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchen, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
I tell them save good energy and flow, you know. Flow Internet is the best. And I say sign up, bundle up, stay connected and drink to them. Half of 7 every month a month. But deal everything we bought. On the time with Flow, everything to them. Good service make it stick to us. Flow Internet is the best, I go tell you I swear.
Flow Internet is the best. Sign up now for a chance to win a laptop with free service for 1 year. Add a new postpaid plan and get half off that bill every month. Plus, a TCL smartphone for only $149 and a chance to spin and win big with Flow.
Cool energy and Flow, you know. Flow Internet is the best.
Immerse yourself in colors that come alive. Color by Sissons. Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color. Color by Sissons. Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Soon it will be back to school, and K&R Bookstore offers you an open invitation to visit and cash in on all your school supplies going at bargain prices. You can't afford to miss out on this. Notebooks, markers, geometry sets, pens, pencils, pocket folders, binders, planners, Play-Doh, crayons, acrylic glue in a variety of colors, finger paint, watercolors, water paint, kindergarten storybooks, jumbo coloring books, and more. Buy one, get one free. Prices to suit your pocket. Check us out for all your back-to-school needs. K&R Bookstore and Stationery, 231-3500 at the corner of Young and Scott Streets. Back to school.
The Grenada Ports Authority wishes to inform anyone conducting non-commercial transactions, inclusive of clearing barrels and personal effects of the St. George's Port, of the following procedures. Entrance procedures. Collect your official documents from your shipping agent or cargo handlers, which will include your provisional C-22 customs form and your out-of-charge note authorizing delivery of the cargo. Present these documents to the GPA cash office at the port entrance and purchase an access pass. Present the access pass and a valid digital personal identification to the port security. You should have your port visitor pass affixed to you and being displayed clearly during your business at the port. Proceed to the point of business using the designated pedestrian pathway. On arrival at Shed 1 of the Queen's Warehouse, seek assistance from the Grenada Port Authority officials to locate your items. Present the documents to the customs officials to inspect them and determine the duties. Then proceed to Customs and Grenada Port Authority cash offices to make your payments. Then return to the shed to collect your items. Exit procedures. Purchase a vehicle pass from the Grenada Port Authority cash office if one is required. Collect your items. Then proceed to the port exit and avail your items or barrels for security checks. Return the visitor's pass and collect your personal identification from the port security official. These are some important points that you should always note. Acquiring access passes. Personal, $1 EC. Car and pickups, $15 EC. Trucks, $25 EC. Stamp duty, $5.50, which is needed to complete your transaction. Please note, minors under 12 years old will be denied access into the St. George's Port. Your pass is valid for a single transaction. Loitering will not be permitted, and everyone is subjected to security checks. If your visitor pass is misplaced or lost, you will be charged $30. Please pay attention to all signage and directional instructions. The proceeding was a message from the management of the Grenada Ports Authority.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Welcome you.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Carriacou, Peter Martinique, and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Wherever you are in this wide and wonderful world, and you're listening to Real FM Radio, it is indeed a joy having you here this Thursday morning. Well, as I did indicate to you that the police were not able to make it this morning, so how do they say? One man's meat is another man's poison, one man's poison, another man's meat, and one person's joy is not necessarily everybody's joy, but it's our happiness to continue for the next 20 minutes or so. BJ's here, yes, and Yolan is here. Ambassador Smith, let me just get into my head. You have to stick that there. The big question is, at this time, you resigned the post as ambassador, and well, what's up with you now? What does ambassador? You become a full-time author?
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah,
well,
full-time
I can say
author?
from your mouth to God's ears. I'm not sure if I want to take that task on. That one was easy. Like I said, I will write. I will write again, and I write on different topics. But I just want to put something in context here. So I resigned the post in July of 2022, directly following the elections. I stayed on an entire year. So a new ambassador has been appointed. He has been granted agrama by the United States. So right now he's just waiting on his letters of credence from His Majesty the King and my letter of recall. And once that happens, he will take up position. So the transition is two ambassadors never really meet. So I transitioned out. There's a counselor at the embassy now, Dr. Cornwall, who is going to be that middleman. For now, he's chargé until the ambassador gets his letters of credence. So the resignation and me leaving, that took a while. So it was a year in coming. But you did ask, what's next? I accepted an offer. Yes.
No, hold on. People need to see your face say this. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
This is not just your book up there.
No, okay, yeah. And that's the book right there.
That's the book right there. Now people can see your face.
They can?
Yeah,
I
they
can't
can.
see. Okay.
You can't see it as yet, but they can see it at home just about. Okay, so we'll count down until you can see your face, so then you can talk, so you can see whether or not. There it is.
I keep smiling. Am I smiling?
Yeah.
Am I smiling? I can't see my face. I don't want to look. Am I
Yeah.
smiling?
Yeah.
Is that the smile everybody expects?
Yeah, that's a smile.
Okay.
Right.
So I accepted a position. It's a trust position in the cabinet of the Assistant Secretary General of the OAS, as the number 3 person in that office, a senior advisor to the Assistant Secretary General, Ambassador Nestor Mendez, who is CARICOM, he's from Belize, as the director, senior advisor, and the director of the national offices of the OAS. So there are 34 national offices throughout the Americas. Some of them have, at the ambassadorial rank, a representative. Grenada does not have one, but we do have an office here in Grenada. So I will be in charge of all the offices in the Americas and as a senior advisor to the Assistant Secretary General. It's a trust position.
Okay. Tell us in English what that really is.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Let me just be honest. It's a big deal. And I'm just so humbled by it, and I'm grateful. It wasn't something I had to apply for. It wasn't something I had to be interviewed for. Like I said, it's a trust position. It was a position that was offered to me. The Permanent Council had to vote on it to ratify it. All the member states, the 34 member states. And that was done July 19th, unanimously. Costa Rica did put an objection because they had, I think in 2019, they had written a resolution to sort of give a stay on like ambassadors going into the secretariat sort of thing, but they just put that on record, but it was unanimous. All the other 34 countries agreed to it unanimously. So that's really good. What's so good about it? And somebody said that God had something higher for me, and I smiled then. That it is higher. It's a higher position than being the ambassador, and also it's it's a big deal. It really is a big deal. And while I'm not an emissary of Grenada, I will be flying Grenada's colors as I always do.
So what does it mean for Grenada, and by extension, let's limit it to the OECS? What does it mean for these member states?
It means a lot because actually I'm taking over that from a former ambassador from St. Kitts and Nevis.
Mm-hmm.
She had that position. So now is a second woman holding that position, but it's the highest position a Grenadian woman has held in that organization, and that organization is 75 years old.
That's OAS.
The OAS is 75 years old, and it's the first time a woman has had a senior position in the OAS.
How does it help us with our governance? Our running of things. How does it help us?
Well, it doesn't directly, but indirectly it does, because within the secretariat there is the entity, the department that does the the observation of elections and things like that, DECO, that's part of it. But also there are programs, and that's more within the Integral Development Secretariat, and that's CD that I was chairing before. They have programs and so that would aid government based on what your priorities are in the different segments. So it's on security and things like that, development, climate, and so that you can ask for assistance, technical assistance towards your agenda. So that's already there. I think what this position does, it gives visibility. It gives visibility to the individual countries. Right now it's very Latin-centric, so I think I can bring that spin to it from a Caribbean perspective to give more visibility there. There are few national offices that are headed by an ambassador in CARICOM, so that might be something that would have to be on the agenda. Of course, it is it's not regional. It's,
okay.
Yeah. So you can't just say, oh, I'm a CARICOM national, so I'm just going to fight for CARICOM. But at the same time, we have to make sure that things are equitably distributed. And if for some reason that they're lagging in that area, I think from my point of view and my vantage point, I can bring that to the job. But it's to serve the entire 34 member states of CARICOM. I'm brushing up on my Spanish because I would definitely need to go into the different offices, and so because the offices in the countries are the face of the OAS. So whatever I do from that office would spread to the rest of the region. So like I said, it's a big deal, and I really feel blessed. I feel humbled, and I know it's because of obedience as well, and it's not anything that this government would have done or the past government would have done, but it would have been how I stewarded my time as the ambassador, what they saw, and what my colleagues saw as well, that they would say, you're the best fit for this position, and you're the best fit for the Assistant Secretary General's office to carry out this important role. So yeah. The politics will have to wait a little.
Yeah, the politics have to wait a little. But the position, it was granted to you.
Yes.
Does it have a lifespan?
It does, simply because the current Secretary General and Assistant Secretary General both serve in their second term, so second 5-year term, and that will end in 2024 in March.
Oh, in March? Okay.
Yes.
So your lifespan can be up to March?
It can be up to March, or it can be 5 years, 10 years beyond that.
Okay, because the person coming in can decide based on your performance to keep or not keep. Is that what it is?
That, as well as the fact that the Assistant Secretary General can aspire to the position of Secretary General. And if he does, then I go with him.
Oh, because you're assistant to the assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got that. And then, can you vie for that position in future too? There comes a time when you have to stop. You have to remember, Grenada is always there.
Yeah.
How's your daughter feel about this?
She's been supportive, I think, in everything I have done so far. And I think because she has seen the results of my efforts. So I think she trusts me to make decisions that would be sort of right-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody say, haven't seen Yolande for a while, so looking forward to seeing you both together while the others visiting. That is coming from Phenomenal. Phenomenal is that young lady, Val. That's her name that she posts as Phenomenal.
I don't know.
Val Chateau.
Oh, Valerie. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, from Wester Hall. Yes. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Yeah, and there's another comment, and this one is coming from Betty Johnson, and Betty is saying...
Betty is Val's sister.
Oh, okay.
She's in the U.S.
Yes. So she's saying, humble yourself under the mighty hands of God, and
Amen.
He will exalt you in due time.
Amen.
This is what obedience does. Okay? So that is that's on Betty.
That's the very chapter in the book, Betty, and it's
Oh,
called
is it?
Obedience.
Oh, okay.
Is Betty reading the book or what? It is. It really is. And Obedience is chapter 11. Yeah. Obedience. So.
Congratulations, Ambassador Smith. Same angel looking over you is the same one that's looking over Simon Steele.
Amen. Amen.
Would you guys come in contact with each other?
Not necessarily, but yeah, Simon is doing big things, and that's the thing. He would have gotten there on his own merit, but Grenada shines. Grenada shines. He's the first Grenadian to have ascended to that position in the UN. So if you're really about service, it is about Grenada. There's no way I'm going to be in that position and Grenada wouldn't benefit. So it doesn't have to be tangible, but just by the visibility alone, Grenada benefits. So it's really not about me. It's not about me. And it's something that just, as Betty said about obedience as well, and you asked about that story. Sometimes you can't share things prematurely. I knew that. I was trusting for it. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew it was big and I aspired to. So I learned everything there was to learn. All the different ambassadors I've worked on, the different consul generals, I learned the nuances. So when I got to the position of ambassador, I didn't just arrive there and got plunked down. I worked my way up from the receptionist all the way up. But I learned everything I could. It's like growing where you planted. And my mom always told me that. Where you are right now, but you always look to where you're going. So you think about the things that you would pick up along the way that would serve you down the road. But you can't tell everybody. Joseph told his brothers about his dreams and they tried to sell him and do all these things. But when God has something for you, it will come to pass. They sell him in a pit. He could have died. He did not die because he had a destiny to fulfill. So I feel that way, but you don't always share it because somebody might try to kill it. But I knew that. And like the person said, when I became ambassador, I thought that was it. And sometimes we limit ourselves and we limit God to think that that's all he has for us. But then if you continue to be in a state of gratitude and you continue to be obedient, other things come.
Got a call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Speak up, please.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, good DJ and everybody else.
Morning.
Morning.
And Dr. Smith. I regularly listen to the program and this morning with Xpressions and back then since she had full time on the radio, I listened back then and with the children and such like and because
your voice is hold on. I don't know what's wrong with the connection, but your voice keeps just like drifting off. I don't know what's causing it.
Okay.
Can you? Yeah.
What I'm doing is that I know for a while and by radio with the children and full time and such like and people are explaining and talking about that she is going to be hospital and she's doing a good work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so and then I know you used to from way back then since the early full time with the children and all right then.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, Latush, take care. That's Mr. Latush from down your side.
Okay. Yep.
From
yep.
where you Put this way, from where you originally came
Where
from.
originally came from, up in Stone Street, and if that's the one that's
somewhere
actually
around there. Got another caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrea and the folks at the radio station. And a very pleasant good morning to Ambassador Smith.
Good morning.
This is JD.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Excellent. Excellent. Congrats on your book,
Thank
which
you.
I want you to get a copy. And congrats on your new appointment.
Thank you very much. I really
And
appreciate it.
One final word is that obedience brings blessings.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Nice one.
And not just that
took you
obedience.
to bring him out to the woodwork.
I know.
It was going through my mind.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a thing.
Morning, JD. What's up, bro?
But you know, he said something there, and sometimes we think obedience is doing what you're supposed to be doing when you want. Obedience is really about acting in the moment. You get the assignment and you act. So it's about action as well. And it's not just, obeying. Well, like your mother say, go and wash dishes, and you feel you'll wash it 10 o'clock. If she say wash your dishes, you wash it now. So obedience is about taking action sort of in the moment.
More than 25 years of your life have been given to the Foreign Service. Speak to how that has been, quote unquote, making the Foreign Service a career.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the noise. Good question, because I've never been a foreign service officer. I've always been a contract officer. But sometimes you say, oh, somebody's on contract or somebody, I'm doing that same job. So if you think of it, I like how you put it, it has been a career. It has been a career. So contrary to popular belief, I have been a career foreign service officer. I dedicated myself to it, and that's why I didn't write about sort of politics or foreign policy or things like that, because sometimes people just pigeonhole it to think it's only that. It's really about service in general. It's about tourism. It's about education. It's about culture. It's about policy. It's about all these things. And I think you have to be multifaceted in order to be able to fulfill a role like that. It's about consular service. It's about COVID. It's about people. It's about acting in the moment on things that need to get done on foreign soil. So if you think of anything that's so it's like being a member of every ministry. So while people here are relegated to the Ministry of Agriculture or the Ministry of Tourism, and so I am a member of all these ministries on behalf of Grenada out there, and that's what I've been doing for all these years. So it has been a career, but it has been service more than anything else, and pride.
Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Yeah?
How are you this morning?
I'm okay. Can you just speak up a bit, please? Can you
Morning.
speak up a bit, please?
And Miss Yolan Smith.
Good morning.
My lady, my ambassador.
Marilyn.
Good morning to you, darling.
Good morning, Fergie.
It's so nice hearing you, seeing you. I know you're a hard-working woman. I know you mean well. And darling, whatever you set out to do, the good Lord will guide you through.
Amen.
He would ensure that you accomplish whatever task that is there before you.
Thank
See you
you.
on Saturday, the Lord's willing.
Thank you so
Okay?
much. Yes.
Enjoy Grenada.
Yes.
Love you.
Okay, love you too.
I know Andre will feel a bit jealous, but cannot crush that bond between me and
At
you.
all,
Not
at all.
Have a
You've
nice
helped
day,
me
darling.
so much. Yes. Bye-bye.
Saturday's Victoria at the St. Mark Secondary School,
That
correct?
one. Yes, sir.
Alright, St. Mark Secondary School. So just to remind folks that you can also get a copy of the book there autographed at the St. Mark Secondary School. That's going to be from 4 o'clock
to 7
until 7 o'clock. If it goes a tad beyond 7, I'm sure that you wouldn't mind.
Oh, yes.
But
The official
that's gonna
program
be-
is,
so
yeah.
full until 7 o'clock. Would that take in members of the staff, management and staff of the school, or it's just a separate function?
Separate, but still within, because it's one of the teachers. So I know they were invited. We also invited Mr. Quince Britton and Dr. Modest. We have not heard from Dr. Modest. Dr. Modest Cohen, wherever you are, please, if you can, come out. We want to make sure that we have a good representation of the community in St. Mark's. We're going to have
You have not gotten her?
Well, so of course I wasn't the one sending it out per se,
Okay.
but I'm just saying we met last night, and based on the response, we didn't get anything from her. So I want to just give a shout out to her this morning. How are you doing, Madame? I know I heard her on the radio a couple of times.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
usually on.
So I have. If you're able to, we'd love to have you attend the event on Saturday. It's mentorship for the young people. We're just really trying to make sure that the young men, it's sort of on the block. When we launched last year, one of the comments we got is like, we need to see you guys sort of on the block. So this is on the block, and we're really targeting young men through mentorship, skills training, and so. And we have, I think, 5 solid mentor-mentee relationship, and that's going to be part of the launch. But then we're open to, and it's for young boys within school age, whether they've dropped out or not, but just trying to make sure. I mean, there's just so much going on in the society right now that I think is very timely for a program like that to be launched. I mean, we've seen crime skyrocket. We've seen, mental health challenges just sort of going unchecked. So just a little part we can do. We hope we can, make an impact.
It's the realist 91.9, 91.5 at www.27 minutes. No, sorry, not 27. 37 minutes after the 9 o'clock hour. That's
You got clocks, Andre. I heard you crying out on the radio.
Yeah, I got some.
Somebody gave.
But I need more. That is going to be the clock war. Put it this way, I want clocks to get down to as low as the thing is there.
But you have pretty much every time zone.
No, it's not about time zone right now. It's about clocks.
Really? Don't become a hoarder.
Andrew,
Do not become a hoarder.
I was just thinking that everyone who called the program, R.E. Ambassador Smith, they exude that notion, that sentiment, that hang on, this is a really nice, cultured lady who has done Grenada proud and continue to do Grenada proud. And you can get that feeling that everyone is happy for her and seems to think that, okay, this is one of us who is doing a job and have Grenada as a shining star outside there. Andre, it leads me back to wondering why, and I'm not speaking politics here now, why politicians cannot get into the head that sometimes you can have a different political affiliation, or you can be representing a different political party from maybe the one that is in power, and you still can serve your country well. And this is a thing that is causing rife, and I want to make it clear right now, in our country, where some people seem to think that if you're not voting for me, you cannot do the job. This is a bad notion. This is not good. It's not good for a country. It's actually going to destroy the fabric of our society. And it's very divisive in nature, and we need to stop that and stop it now. That's all I have to say, boss.
Well, I agree. I know you directed it to Andre, but perhaps I can chime in because I'm sitting right next to you. And that would be a travesty. It would be a travesty because I remember, and of course we say a lot of things on the platform as well during the election time. There's the hype and there's everything going on. But if you really think about it, and I'm speaking just about me personally, I would never stand in the way of progress or in the way of development. Again, it's country first, well, God first, country second, and me after. God gets the glory in everything that's done, the ability He gives you to work, to do what needs to be done. And I think if there are people who are able, who are willing, despite political affiliation, you have to, and it would augur well for you. At the end, if you have a boss that believes in you, you would go over beyond and above to make sure that he is well served. He gets the praise perhaps, and he looks good. And everybody wants to look good. If you have a business, it's to make profit. If you have an administration in power, it's to develop the country. So in that case, by any means necessary, whoever has that talent, that's the talent you want to harness. That's the talent you want to use. And if you feel, and again, that's just perception, voting is by secret ballot. You don't know who anybody voted for. So you have a perception that somebody is yellow, green, or red. That's your perception. And that's why I wrote my story as well. You would get to see who I am based on how I see myself and not how you want to paint me. And the book is not political. I'm just saying that just to say. So you have to use that talent if it's there. If you, for whatever reason, you think that person has a political affiliation, all you have to do is just monitor, just watch, and see if that gets in the way, because most times it doesn't. You assume it will get in the way, so then you get rid of that person. Most times it wouldn't. If that person loves what they're doing, if that person is compensated well for what they're doing, it would be amazing to see how much you would get out of them. And that's why I resigned, because it was the right thing to do. And I told the Prime Minister, I have served Grenada well. I have gained a lot of experience from that period of service, but I'm giving you the opportunity to appoint somebody that you think would be able to serve you in this way. And for me, I wasn't holding that. I got the experience, let somebody else get it. Let another young person come up. But I was not going to abdicate my role and my responsibility because there was a job to be done. And until you put somebody else there, I'm going to continue doing it, despite what you say, despite what anybody else say on the internet. Why is she still there? I thought the government changed. Isn't she NNP? And like I said, who didn't put me, who couldn't take me out? I had a job to do, and I wanted the opportunity to continue doing that job to the best of my ability until you could put somebody else there. So I'm just saying that to say, when there are people who genuinely care about development, care about transformation, let it be that, and let them stand on their word, and your job is to monitor. And if it doesn't work that way, then fine, but don't change it for politics. That would be the ruin of a nation. And I've seen it happen. And I'm not just talking about just in this present time. It shouldn't continue. Two wrongs don't make a right. So if a past administration did it, it doesn't mean that you have to do it now. If we're talking about transformation, we're talking about development, there's so much to be done. And there's so much that's not being done that I think as a small nation, it'll be foolish to just go on political affiliation and not on merit. Sorry, BJ.
Did you speak to the police this morning?
No. The next set not coming again?
Well,
Are we going until 2?
No.
Who's doing lunch?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that, with the time that you've taken up within the hour that the police is supposed to be here, it sounds like you spoke to them and told them don't come.
Okay, no, they're probably listening, and they probably thought there would be some merit in this. We were trying to inspire people this morning from all different, angles. But what BJ said there, and politics is in everything. So even if we're talking about agriculture, you listen to the lyrics in that song, the theme song for agriculture, if you really think about it. It makes you wonder, what is the administration? What are those who are supposed to be in charge of it doing about agriculture? You come on the program, and I listen to it every Thursday. Most Thursdays I listen to it. And we talk the talk because then you're coming from that perspective, that farmer's perspective. You know what has to be done, but there are things that are outside your purview that you can't do. But you're hoping that people are listening and the recommendations that are being made will be taken under advisement to really boost this up. We talk a big talk about agriculture, but I haven't seen it yet. And I'm not saying just this administration. Over the past couple of years, agriculture has been suffering. It's like the stepchild. Agriculture is part of tourism. Agriculture is part of education. Agriculture is part of our culture. If you think about it, the way we eat, the way we cultivate things, that's part of our culture as well. So if that's going down the drain, we talk about food security. It's also in the mentality. So politics is all over. It runs all through. And I think when we realize that, and when we stop politicizing politics, we'd realize that we're all politicians. Some people need to be in the front, some people need to be in the back, but at the end of it all, we need to see Grenada move forward. And I think that's what we all want at the core of us, is to see our community and our country develop beyond where we are in this generation. I knew what it was in my grandmother's time and my mother's time. I'm seeing this now and I'm thinking about my grandchildren. What are they going to see? And I'm afraid we're regressing. So that's concerning for me. I knew when agriculture was on top, as the song said. I knew. And it wasn't too long ago that I don't remember, but I know what it is not right now. And it's not sustainable.
BJ,
Amen.
We've come to the time when I'm going to ask you for your final thoughts.
Final thoughts on the program this morning? Very good program, Andre. Ambassador Smith, I want to wish her well. And I know she will be doing well. She will make Grenada proud as she accustomed doing, Andre. And it thrills my heart to know that one of us, so to speak, can come through the ranks and serve at the highest level, not just nationally, but internationally. And Andre, that should be an inspiration for everyone outside there, especially the unfortunate, so to speak, who are outside there and might be wondering what next. There is always some light beyond that dark tunnel, Andre. People need to realize that sometimes all it takes is just somebody to inspire you, to make you get up and start moving. And sometimes it don't take money. It can just take motivation to get people to work hard. Don't require money, and it don't take slavery to do it. It requires motivation. Amen.
Yours?
I can add anything to that. I mean, that's well said. Well said. And that's really what it is about. That's what it's about. Just to encourage people to aspire, achieve, and advance. And that's what's in our anthem, really and truly.
Based on the fact that you said that, aspire, achieve, and advance, let me ask you a question based on what Clever just put up. You seen it there? Oh, 50th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
What are you seeing for us? What do you think should happen?
Are you talking just on the surface?
Independence.
On the surface?
Well, let me hear you. Whatever you want to say.
Because we tend to do things on the surface for show. If we're talking about 50 years, if you're talking about a 50-year-old man, you'll think, okay, by then he would have had a house, he would have probably married, have children, achieve some of the things he wanted to achieve after, leaving his mother's place, getting independence. So we can put a flag up for 50 and say, oh, we're 50, we're living in a mother's house, we parked the car on the side of the road, we don't have a garage, we only drive in the car on Monday and Tuesday because we don't have gas to put in it, and things like that. So you have to look at independence as a full-grown man having achieved and going somewhere with a plan. So if you want to talk to surface, there's a committee to do surface things. And I'm sure the diaspora is going to get behind it because, the patriotism would rise around that time. But if we really want to talk about Grenada celebrating 50, we have to really talk about where we've come from. Did the last couple administrations put anything in plan and say, this is the trajectory we're going towards at 50? Have we hit that mark? Are we close to hitting it? Do we have to extend that to another 50 years until we can reach where we thought we would reach in 1974 when we set that plan? By 50, we think in 2024 we will be somewhere. If we have not done that yet. So you almost have to go back to the past before you can even reach that. Before February comes, we really have to take a look at what we've done. So no surface for us.
This person has the final WORD. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Go ahead.
And how are you? Good morning, Yola, and this is Miss Mona.
Good morning. Oh, Lord, I made a promise.
I know. Congratulations on your book.
Thank you
and when
so
you
much.
mention Medicine Lady and Magdalene, you touch me.
I know.
You touch me. because you know the connection.
I do. Don't make me cry no more. You know, few things make me cry. Don't make me cry no, but I know. And it's in the book. It's in the book as well. I didn't call names or so, but I know whenever I came home, we had to go all the way to drive up to Mona. We had to go to Miss Lalji. We had to go to all these places.
Tell them.
And I never ever once protested. I knew that's what Mom loved, and I knew those were the people who kept her when I wasn't there. And because they were her people, you became my people as well. And I know how you guys cherish me, and I know what that did to buoy my spirit in times when I felt, sort of, down in the dumps. I knew how to dig deep and find things to inspire me as well. So you were part of the inspiration, and thank you so much.
Make sure you bring Roly Poly for me.
Well, I know. He called me this morning and asked me, Auntie Yolanda, are you coming to get me? So we will pass. God. I made that promise to you, Mona. I won't break my promise. I made the promise.
And your daughter and her children is good.
Yes, thank you so much for asking. They're doing well.
Right.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thanks a million.
Move on. Put God first in all you do and say, and hold on.
Yes.
Never let go.
Amen.
What is for you, no man cannot take it away from you.
Yeah.
One man, the master. Continue doing your good works, and I'll hear from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Have a blessed day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. BJ, thank you so much for being a part of the program this morning. I really and truly appreciated you being here as always. To all those of you who called in and to make the program what it was this morning, to the rest of the staff for their support, thank you so much. And to you, Ambassador Smith, thank you so much. I really appreciated having you here this morning and look forward to the sequel.
Thank you.
Andre, do you know that I don't know if Miss Smith recognized that she has that quality that whenever she's around people, the people doesn't want to go. I don't know if she knows she has that quality.
I want to go.
Well, I can tell you want me to go.
All right, anyway, guys, take care.
All right.
Thank you so much.
On top, man chat is and really do it bad. After that, you know the whole thing flap. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them